into it, it don't stop. We stay ready to go. I'ma take my Titans with me wherever I go. Don't forget about me, don't forget about me. I know y'all playing games, this ain't an arcade. Late night debates hit like a buffet. Yeah, feelings who we on me, who wanna talk, yeah. And talking too fast gon' get you sparked, yeah. My team sourced up as long as you know. My hitters hit your hitters if they pseudo. They ask how everyone know what my name is, cause I stay 100 on the same shit. Yeah, history and logic going so hard. I built this from the bottom, made my own start. Yeah, wake the neighbors up, we be going so hard. I love this game, I gave it my whole heart. Yeah, V12 in it, it got horses. My phone ring, they want sources. Unload the clip on, turn them to corpses. Heard I'm tryna copy my recipe, that is hopeless. Yeah, hood luck, think that hating gon' work, tell them good luck. Titan gang or don't bang, throw your hood up. Gang, we got the knowledge on tap, could get you hooked up. They like A1, look at all this wisdom we done cooked up for the community. Coliseum of arguments. You know, I know I'ma take my Titans with me where I go. So don't forget about me, don't forget about me. Y'all playing games, this ain't an arcade. Late night debates hit like a buffet. So don't forget about me, don't forget about me. I know debate or die, we flexing for sure. I'ma take my Titans with me where I go. Don't forget about me. This ain't an arcade, late night debates hit like a buffet. So don't forget about me, girl. I know. To it, it don't stop. We stay ready to go. I'ma take my Titans with me wherever I go. Don't forget about me, don't forget about me. I know y'all playing games, this ain't an arcade. Late night debate.
Yeah. All this knowledge on the flow. I've been golden from the go. Let these pseudo scholars know. Baby, welcome to the show. Yeah, show you how to flex with a strong point. Wait. Show you where the facts and the stats and the proofs point. I've been grinding leases in the late night. Wait, standing on the stage with the main light, enlightening. Philosophers, scientists, historians united. Warriors of logic who want the smoke, get excited. Bring your primary sources, don't get ignited. Slide on my prompts, look it up, read a book. Never going back to the dumb, take a look. Woke, not broke, we run the show, sport the glow. Titans in the league, watch the intellect grow. Coliseum arguments locked at the door. Welcome to the show, floor full of lore. I'm the GOAT, but the flow, there's knowledge on the flow. I've been goated from the go. Let these pseudo scholars flow. Baby, welcome to the flow. Seems only time when I'm speaking, reason, peeking. Like the truth that they all have been seeking, my logic weakened. To them that's important, show up, don't be late to the debate. Never see myself falling. Picture me falling off back to ignorant and stalling. Got the citations loaded in order, crossing every intellectual border. Hey, I could've never seen knowledge on the flow, 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 flow. I've been golden from the go, 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 go. Let these pseudo scholars know, no, 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 no. Baby, welcome to the show, 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 show. Hey.
Shout out, Ben. You got the floor, Ben.
Man, what's going on, man? Can you hear me, A1? I'm good.
Yes, sir. Your audio's crystal clear.
All right, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, yeah, man, we here, we here. I wanted to jump on here since we got some free time tonight, and I don't know, we're just gonna freestyle this, man. We got Big Miles in the back chat, and I'm honestly quite tired of hearing one in particular, pseudo Tahuti, just talking. All he does do is talk. So So what we gonna do is because I follow Tahuti on Facebook, or I think I did. So what I did was we just gonna review some Facebook posts that he make, and the reason I'm doing this is because to let the audience know and let people know that sometimes you just need to understand the person that you're going back and forth with, and just realize it's not worth it because they're not even qualified to even be talking. So that's what I'm gonna do, and we're just gonna get right into it. I'm gonna honestly just kind of freestyle this as we go. So I got time. Let me share my screen real quick. See what we got on here. Where we at? Where we at? Is this it? Yeah, we can see. You can see that A1, right? Make sure everybody can see that.
Sorry about that. It's kind of small. Can you zoom in? Yeah,
Let
zoom
me
in.
zoom in.
Yeah. There we
That's better,
go.
right?
Now I can read that now. Yeah.
All right. And this is what I'm gonna just do. I'm gonna just read all of the nonsense that Tahuti Afar says, and just show people that sometimes you don't even have just let them bury themselves, because people like Tahuti a have a thing about themselves to where they want to include themselves in particular conversations and have no idea what they're talking about. So this is what he says, right? And I got a list of them. So we're gonna start right here. I just picked a random one. So he says the irony is that the Bible stories are allegories. All of the Bible stories, Saudi, like all of them. Like if we go through the entire Bible and see all of the narratives, all of them are allegories. See, the issue here is that Tahuti thinks he know what he's talking about because no one says that. Now there are particular aspects of the biblical text that we can read as possibly being allegory, figurative, poetic, right? It's a large genre within the text, right? Because it's not a cohesive text. It's not a but to claim that all of the Bible stories are
You cut out for a
allegories.
second. Ben, I can't hear you.
You can hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Okay. All right, cool, cool, cool. Just let me know if I cut out again. Um, but uh yeah, so the text there's a lot of nuance within the text, and when you clump it up all as allegory, it makes absolutely no sense. Like, is the Babylonian deportation, the Syrian deport, is that allegory? Are the battles allegorical? Like all the what we can identify as uh, a reflection of historical events, is that allegory? What do you actually mean? Okay, so he says it's allegory that were beneficial to the Europoid Greco-Romans. I don't even know what that even means. What's a Europoid Greco-Roman? Anyway, it is still actually empowering for modern Euro Americans and beneficial for European elites. I don't even know what that means. They are clearly aligning to fulfill their ancestral biblical prophecy. See, Tahuti is indoctrinated with the idea that the Bible in itself is like it's a white man's creation, like white people created it, because he identifies Greco-Romans as as white. He'll say Greco-Romans are white people, knowing that these terms aren't even used back then. You don't even use those type of terms, white, black. You cannot project these modern terms onto the past. All right, they are clearly aligning blah 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 biblical prophecy of building an Israel superpowered nation state that will dominate the world and the Middle East. He's just saying words. He's just saying things. A canon whose only setting is in the Middle East. Man, that's pretty true. And obviously not the whole world as it's supposed to be a book of world history. I mean, we shouldn't even see the text that way because the text don't even make that claim really. It's obviously beneficial to Europeans. I don't know how it's beneficial to Europeans. Maybe he can explain that. Because all the canon patriarchs, heroes, and deities are beige pale. In the 300 years prior to the supposed life of Jesus and 300 years after his death, the region of West Asia and the Nile Delta were dominated by Koine Greek speaking Europoids. He will never ever be able to put this into a cohesive academic presentation because none of it makes sense. So I put this up here first just to see that this is the starting line in the conversation with people like this. This is who you're debating. And you have to put yourself in the place of understanding. Yeah, you gotta remember these are the type of people that you're debating. All right, what's the next one? Before Greek colonists invaded Canaan and invented Hebrew superstitions. See, to, what does that even mean? Can you prove that? Can you prove that Greek colonists invaded Canaan and invented Hebrew superstitions? How? How did Greeks even learn Hebrew? Okay. The central deity in what is now Israel, Iraq, and Syria was Rasa. Prior to the prior to the Ptolemaic failure to implement the cult of Judaism, that makes absolutely no sense because we don't even understand Judaism the same way as we did traditionally. Academically, there is really no such thing as Judaism. It's more clearly defined today as Judaisms because there's multiple there's a nuance, there's a spectrum of thought within what ancient Jewish customs and practices. There's no such thing as Judaism as a singular orthodox religion at this time. I don't even know what time he's talking. Ptolemy. Okay, yeah, you don't know what he's talking about. To replace spirituality. What spirituality? We don't really know. The central deity in Kemet, ancient Egypt, was Amun Ra. You probably need a fact check because maybe, like, at what time was he a central? Was Amun Ra a central deity throughout the entire period of ancient Egyptian civilization? Was it okay? Maybe not. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it to the Kemetic brothers to figure that out. Based on the Christian narrative, Mark the evangelist did not arrive in Egypt until the first century. How does he know that? I don't know because no one ever made that claim before. But based on history, because Tahuti knows history, Christianity emerged in the fourth century with the Council of Nicaea. Now we obviously know that that isn't true. He is equating poltergeist, like those old poltergeist theories, and is still carrying them on into 2026 as if that's actually the conversation. He'll actually get beat up by Christian apologists because they've understood that you got that guys like Tahuti often use these crazy, outdated, uh, antidotal ideas that comes from old uh, poltergeist theories about, you know, Christ is like Heru, and that's nonsense. Christianity was well, well before the fourth century. It's 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 similar to how we now see Judaism. If you read Dr. Bar Ehrman or Dr. Paula Fredrickson, First 500 Years of Christianity, Dr. Bar Ehrman, Early Christianities, we know that Christianity wasn't in Orthodox tradition. There were many different variations of what we call Christianity. It wasn't really no one, but his idea. He thinks that Constantine and the Council of Nicaea practically created Christianity. That's old nonsense. All right. All right. Even in Axum, which is Ethiopia, prior to King Izana's treason, I don't know how it was treason. King Izana was brought up pretty much Christian. He was brought up Christian. Fermentus was his teacher since he was young. I don't know how to. Okay, maybe it's treason because he changed the nation to Christianity. Okay, I don't know. The long-running central deity for millennia, from the time of the kingdom of Damat through the succession of Axum, was Amenet. I don't know. Christianity began during the Common Era, based on a combination of literary and archaeological evidence, the development of Abrahamic practices and doctrine in Roman Africa. This is so incoherent. Doctrine in Roman Africa occurred from the second century through the Arab invasion in the seventh century. What? Okay. In the late 1400s, Portuguese traders and missionaries began arriving in West Africa. What does it say? First in Guinea, Mauritania. Okay, yeah. See, you see how he just like shuffled through like an entire spectrum of time. Like he went from from the fourth century, jumped to the second century, went to the seventh century, and then went to the 1400s in a horrible pattern. I don't even know where we are. I don't even know what's the point of this little short paragraph that he made. It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense when it's coming from Tahuti. All right, what's the next one? What's the next one? Come on, give me a next one. All right, hold on. Let me share my screen. Yeah. Got a whole file on it. All right. Share my screen. And all right, we back. We back. Another one from Tahuti. So where are we now? Where are we now in this group? Talking about the Facebook group. Can we agree that the Bible has been plagiarized from Kemet? Right? Because we know that, y'all. We know the Bible has been plagiarized from Kemet. I don't know how the Bible had been plagiarized from Kemet, because the Bible is an entire text. That's what we later understand. What we understand as the Bible is much later. So I don't know how. I mean, how is it plagiarized from Kemet? What is plagiarized in it from Kemet? How can we demonstrate that? What's the mode of transmission? How do particular stories and narrative end up in the biblical text? Can he answer that? Probably not, because he don't care. A lot of these guys are just anti-Bible, and that's really just the issue. They're just anti-Bible, and that honestly comes from their personal relationship with Christianity. That's with most like New Age atheists that really don't understand the Bible, but know like a few little slick arguments to attack an apologist with. That's like New Age atheism. The Bible is plagiarized from Kemet, but cannot demonstrate this academically at all. All right. It can't be that Christianity got some rituals from spirituality. What does that even mean? Spirituality. What spirituality? Which spiritual practice? Is spirituality just this like one thing that everybody understands to be the same? What spirituality? But only demonize spirituality when you recognize the rituals. I don't even know what that means. He just say things completely incoherent. If you deny the blackness of early Sumer, I didn't know Sumerians called themselves black. Maybe that's new to me. Maybe someone can show me that. And Akkad as a black Abrahamic or Mesopotamian enthusiast, then you then your affinity for these places become irrational. Kemet and Kush was the only expansive power at this time. What time? What time? What are you even talking about? Religion is world's oldest elaborate conspiracy, but you want smoking guns and documents that state verbatim that Constantine the corrupt invented Christianity. Prove it, Tootie. Let's demonstrate that. Prove that Constantine, who converted to Christianity, invented Christianity. Like, what are you even saying? Constantine the corrupt. Constantine the corrupt invented Christianity. Can he demonstrate that? Obviously not, because that's a nonsense accusation. Since the stories in the Bible and the religious ceremonial dress was plagiarized from Kemet. What religious ceremonial dress? We don't know because he just say things and then assume that we just understand what he means, even though he doesn't really break down anything. It's completely incoherent. Was plagiarized. There go that word again, plagiarized. Everything plagiarized from Kemet, right? Everything. Why don't you just respect the Bible and practice the religion? What religion? This is a question that is often presented to me as a reaction to my showing of the books being a copied but corrupt work. Copied from what? And corrupt how? It doesn't make copied from what and corrupt how? Our enemy, pretty sure we all know who the enemy to Hootie is, the white man. All right, anyway, obtained their familiarity of civilization from Kemet. You know what? Yeah, they did. Actually, you know what? Let me share my screen. You know what, Tootie? They indeed did familiarize this civilization from Kemet. I'm gonna show you how. So I'm gonna exit this out. I'm gonna share my screen again. Check this out. Because Tahuti's right. So let me show you how he's right. Share my screen. Hey, PowerPoint. Tahuti's right. He's absolutely right. Let me zoom this in a little bit. Hey, what that say? Egypt inspires pro-slavery South. Tahuti, you are right. Yeah, they learned a lot from Egypt. In 1819, when lawyer John Overton, military officer James Winchester, and future President Andrew Jackson founded a city in Tennessee along the Mississippi River, they christened it Memphis after the ancient Egyptian capital. There was a reason pro-slavery businessmen and thinkers were energized by the prospect of an American Egypt. Many Southerners, by the way, this is all a reflection of Bible ideology that develops later on in postmodern society like early America. This is where they all kind of getting it from. That's the same thing with how we see Egypt as like a house of bondage, a house of slavery. That comes from our ideas coming from the Bible. That's this is this is a generated view in society. That's like pop culture, you know. That's a pop cultural view of seeing Egypt through the Bible, right? That's how it is. All right, let's finish this. Many Southern planters imagined themselves as guardians of a hierarchical and aristocratic system, one grounding in land ownership, tradition, and honor. Literally like Egypt, by the way. I can demonstrate this. As Alabama newspaper editor William Falconer put it, he and his fellow white Southerners belonged to a race that had established law, order, and government on earth. To them, Egypt represented the archetype of a great hierarchical civilization. Indeed, it was. Egypt was a hierarchical civilization with the pharaoh on top as the god, as the son of God himself, and the rest on the bottom tier. Older than Athens or Rome, Egypt was ancient even to Greeks and Romans. Yes, it was. Egypt conferred a special legitimacy, and just like the pharaohs, the white elites of the South saw themselves as the stewards of a prosperous society sustained by enslaved labor. Leading pro slavery thinkers like Virginia socialist theorist George Fitzhugh, South Carolina lawyer and U.S. Senator Robert Barnell Horetz, and Georgia lawyer and politician Thomas Cobb all invoked Egypt as an example to follow. What did it say? These Egyptian monuments show Negroes. Yes, it do. Show Negroes. Because to them, Negroes look like this. Nonsense. Slaves, Negro slaves in Egypt at least 1600 years before Christ. Cobb wrote in his 1858 that they were the same happy Negroes of this day is proven by their being represented in a dance 1300 years before Christ. So you're right, Tootie. Yeah, they did. They seen themselves just like the Egyptians, enslavers of the Negroes. All right, let me get off that real quick. I'm gonna come back to that. Let's go back to Tootie. Where you at? Where you at? Oh, all right, there we go. Bring it on the screen. All right, all right. Here's another one from Tootie. Once you get past all the murder, rape, sex slavery, and misogyny that's in the Bible, it is. You will see that the Greco Romans stole principles. They stole it. His wording is very particular. They stole it, they plagiarized, very particular terms he using. Can he demonstrate that? Of course not, because he's just making it up. Principles and rituals of divine adoration in order to make the worship of a wrathful man idol god more palatable. So I think down here he got this nonsense, the Egyptian version and then the Christian version. So he kind of comparing these. I don't even know what this is. He don't even got a source for this. And nonsense, more nonsense. He can clearly come and demonstrate this himself. If I'm taking anything out of context, he can freely come up in and help me understand what he's talking about. But right now, I don't know nothing he's talking about. I don't even think he knows what he's talking about. The Bible is a Eurasian instruction book for dominating the black race. Why did, and people get away with saying this thing and ask me to take them serious. I gotta take him serious with him saying stuff like this. The Bible is a Eurasian instruction book for dominating the black race. It is not a book that promises black people salvation for abandoning their blackness. Tahuti has a strange view of the Bible. I don't think he obviously doesn't understand the Bible in an academic way, which in my opinion is the only way to understand the Bible. Everything else is pretty much hogwash. Even for the Hebrews and the Christian about all of them, the only way to understand the Bible, and you're gonna hear from me, is to understand it academically, scholastically. It's to understand the methods of critical scholarship, the historic critical methods, historical anthropology. These are the only ways to understand this text, like any other ancient text. But Tahuti don't know that because he think he know it all. Most atheists know the Bible. Okay, most atheists know the Bible, which isn't true. Trust me. You have some atheists who are really just anti-Bible and will extend their studies just enough to debate apologists. And that's why Humble be kind of getting checked. No disrespect to Humble. You know you're my brother, but Kasad is kind of right. You make really bad arguments because I don't think you guys actually care to even understand the text. You just want you just want like a hot take. You just want to hit them real. What about this? Genesis. Whatever. I get it. I get it. But then you're just arguing back and forth with them, and neither one of you are going to even get a point across. It's your view of the Bible versus theirs. You trying to fight them with the text. Anyway, but but the few theists. Tahuti, are you a theist? Do you believe in a God or are you atheist? I mean, you're really comedic, so I mean, I would assume that you. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, few theists that know the Bible stay silent to protect their status in society. I don't know if it's to protect their status in society. I think few theists. I think the majority of theists don't understand the Bible. Your average churchgoer, your average person in society, I don't think they actually understand what they're reading. Like they don't get the cultural context, they don't understand the history of the text. They're not really engaged in scholarship like you, Tootie. They don't really understand. But I don't think that's to protect their status in society. I think it's just to protect their not even protect. I think it's just to be firm in their beliefs that the text is true. I guess it's more. I feel like it's more of a personal issue than anything else. It could be. It could be a status. I don't know. But I know one thing I know for sure is Tahuti, you don't know the Bible. That's all that matters to me. I know you don't know what you're talking about. People forget that there was no Israel. Uh-oh. Y'all heard that, Hebrews? There was no Israel. No such thing. There was no Israel or even a Mesopotamia. You get this whole thing confused. All right. Mesopotamia as a term is it's a historiographical term. It's used in academia, right? We know Mesopotamia wasn't called Mesopotamia in like the first, second, third millennium BCE. Obviously, it's a Greek term. But when we use it today, when academics use it today, when scholars use it today, it's because they understand what that means. It's been it's a traditional term. So there was a Mesopotamia, obviously not called Mesopotamia, or even a Mesopotamia that actually existed in ancient history. All of the Middle East was a political and cultural extension of Kemet. See, everything is Kemet to them. Everything is Kemet to them. And you know what? The Middle East at a point in time, at a few point in times, was a cultural extension of Kemet. But do you know why? Because Egypt was a dominating superpower. That's what it was, a colonial imperialistic superpower that conquered territories and enslaved populations. That's why Canaan was an African territory. No, it wasn't. I don't know where he's getting that from. Established by the Cushites. He just makes stuff up. So Canaan was a African territory established by the Cushites. Can he demonstrate that? Who says that? Can you source a scholar? Can we get some consensus on this view? Are Canaanites Cushites? Because last time I thought, now let me say this. Professor Francesca Stavrokopoulou and Mark S. Smith are probably the top scholars in like West Semitic religion. And Mark S. Smith says in his book, what is it? Yahweh and it's right here. Hold on. Where's his book at? He says, uh, here you go, Early History of God. In his book, Early History of God, he says he rather use the term West Semitic instead of Canaanite. Now, for his reasons, I think pretty much is because Canaan has a particular gloss over it because of the Bible. So when we say Canaan, it often comes with the idea that, often comes with the Bible, right? It's in our head. But what I do like is the term West Semitic because it broadens the scope on a lot of conversations, especially conversations on ancient early Israel ethnogenesis. Because one thing that Humble does, and I leave it alone because that's my man's. But Humble thinks that Israel ethnogenesis looks a way that it's not actually scholarly. Like listen to him describe how ancient Israel emerged. That's not really what scholars say. That's not the academic conversation. You know what I'm saying? He think ancient Israel formed like Rotron, like Voltron. Well, we got the Shasu of Yah and we got the inland Canaanites, and then you mold them together. Boom, there it is. I got the Yah problem fixed, and I got the Israelite problem. See, all of it worked together. That's not really. That's absolutely not the conversation, right? But they rush, and they don't got the foundation. They rush into these arguments. All right. But anyway, West Semitic is more of a academic term now, like it's being used more in academia because it covers, it's really just a better term. It covers more of a scale. It covers more of the scale of like what we're talking about when we talk about Canaan, because Canaan isn't really a cohesive, unified state. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different people groups, populations coming in and out throughout different times. You know what I'm saying? And saying West Semitic peoples or West Semitic religion covers more of the nuance than just saying Canaanite, because we got it in our head that Canaanite is like this one group of people. And that kind of comes from the Bible a little bit, or like the misnomers that is kind of interpreted from the Bible. But I know it definitely wasn't African, if I'm understanding what he is calling African. Obviously, I mean, last time I checked, they spoke a West Semitic language. So, I mean, all right, territories Kushites prior to Kemet's unified and dynastic era. This is evident from stone clay tablets from the fourth millennium BCE that clearly shows Nile Valley cultural influence. All right, let me see if I can find something. So I got a few articles on Egyptian influence in the Near East. But I didn't bring this up. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find something. Let's see. Haha, boom, got it. I think it's just one of them. Okay, open this. Let me, no, no, there we go. Right. Yeah, y'all can see it. Let me zoom it in a little bit. All right. So this is archaeological evidence for the presence of Egyptians in the southern Levant during the late Bronze Age, a reprisal. And let me see what's in my notes. Okay. So, but it covers this. This is one article that covers a few specific regions. Bet Shean, Deir el Bala, Tel Dor, all of these places, and the Palestinian region. And what you find, of course, because there's an article online as well. I think it's called Egypt's Doubt to Canaan, but it covers the fact that for a very long time, Egypt was a superpower in the in that region. They set up fortresses, they set up gates, they set up demarcations, and this article kind of goes through a few of those. But I'm actually looking for something in specific. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, here it is. So it says hieratic inscriptions have been found at 9 sites in southern Levant. The largest assemblies were uncovered at Lachish, with 11 inscriptions, followed by Tel Serah, with 7 Bet Shean, with 3 Tel El Far, Tel El Safi, Tel El Escalon, all of that stuff. Where is oh damn primary? Oh, here it is. So this is about 300 years of occupation in the Near East. You got Egyptian pottery style, that's the material culture. You have their, religious trinkets, all of that. Egypt was a heavy influence in the Canaan region to point where, you have that cross cultural adoption. Right. So let me get out of here. All right, that's it for that. Let me go back to hmm, where is man? Hold on one second. I'm trying to get this back up here. There we go. Yeah, we got that. We covered that. Is this it? Yeah, okay. Fourth millennium, these clearly shows Nile Valley cultural influence. Yeah, well, we know that. We got that. And we know why, right? We know why. We know why, because Egypt was a heavy colonial force that took prisoners of war in large numbers, especially in the New Kingdom, and shipped them back to Egypt to do work. Mesopotamia did not exist as a geographic location until the Imperial Rome made it the name of a territorial province. Israel did not become a nation until 1948. Every time there is an archaeological agenda from Bible scholars, they only find Kemetic relics. But that's obviously not true. They don't only find Kemetic. Why would you even say that? He say things before. I feel like he say things before he actually go and research it. I think he gets just enough to suit his bias and then just start building these strange ideas that have no basis in historic fact. There is not a single shred of evidence that shows that Hebrew Israelites existed in the region known to many as Mesopotamia. I don't even know who says that. First of all, there's no such thing as a Hebrew Israelite historically. Like that term don't even exist. Israelites existed, absolutely. But to be called a Hebrew Israelite is like a modern thing. That's the cult thing. That's the thing today. That's the one West. That's that. Historically, Hebrew Israelites, that's not even a term that you can even project into the past. Existing in Mesopotamia. Okay, so we know this entire thing is wrong. All of this is wrong. But maybe I'm bugging. Maybe he can come up and tell me where I'm bugging. Maybe I don't know. Let's keep going. Remember, the Garden of Eden is an allegorical representation of the God. Okay, when he used this term allegorical again, now listen to what I'm saying. Think about what he's saying. You got to really think about it. Is it allegorical? That's not the question. The actual question is, do the biblical authors see this as is their intention to make this allegorical? That's the question. But he don't know that's the question because he don't know the methods in biblical studies. He don't know how scholars think when it comes to biblical studies. That's not even a question. The Garden of Eden is an allegorical representation of the Gulf of Aden. He probably absolutely made that up, but that's not the question. The question, and this goes for more than just stories like the Garden of Eden. You can talk about Noah's narrative, the flood narrative. You can talk about the Exodus narrative, and even to the more historical periods when we talk about the Judges and Ezra and Nehemiah, more of the Hebrew Bible. You have to ask the question: do the biblical authors and the redactors is their intention to make us see to let tell us that this is allegorical? I don't see why it's so hard for people to just to understand that these people probably understood it to be literal. They believed in the God that flies on the clouds. Do you not think that they probably also believed that the Garden of Eden was literal? Remember, the authors are writing for an audience, and there is a relationship between author and audience during the time that these texts are being written. It's it's literal. They're writing it with the intentions for it to be. They believe this stuff. I don't know why we do this allegorical thing. The narrative, the flood narrative, they literally believe this stuff. They believe all of it. This is real to them. So the better question is what is the intentions of the authors? Asking the planetary, okay, Gulf of Aden or the Horn of Africa. No, the planetary flood is another allegory to represent the whitewash revision of the origins of human history. There's guys like Tahuti that make Kemetic brothers look really bad and make those Hebrew and Christians look really good. Because if this is what they have to contend against, then there's no issue. And when they start looking at you crazy, you know it's a problem because they out of their minds. And anyway, African and the restarting of it in a mountainous plain region in what is now east of Turkey. All right, what do they say right here? This is Mount Ararat where the supposed Noah and his ark landed in order to restart human civilization. And this is done by him, by the way. By the way, that the ark thing on Mount Ararat, it's nonsense. It's all nonsense. Even this little paragraph that he wrote is completely nonsense. What's this? Did we say this? Roman Emperor Constantine's conspiracy that dethroned the Kemetic spiritual system is known in history as the donations of Constantine and the Arian controversy. I don't even know what that means. I know what the Arian controversy is. That's the Council of Nicaea. That's the donations of Constantine. Yeah, he just stuck in like 2004. That's his problem, and that's a lot of y'all problem. I stuck in 2004 trying to make arguments that have long been debunked. No one even talks like this anymore, but Tahuti does. and now I'm supposed to take him serious. I got to take him serious. It's not fair. Pseudos don't play fair. All right, I think we got this one already. Yeah, we got that. For the Greek, yeah, we got that. Is that it? Is that all I got from Tahuti? Yeah, I think that's all I got for Tahuti. But he does have a he got a video on his page about chem- chemetic slavery. I'm about to pull that up. Let me see what we got. Tahuti. Hey Tahuti, talk to your man too. Talk to Humble. Ask Humble, was there slaves in Egypt? Yeah, ask him. Because y'all don't even agree, apparently. There we go. All right, all right. Share my screen. There we go. Let's get it. We're gonna. I ain't gonna play the whole. I'm gonna kind of like skip to when he started talking. It's 34 minutes of nonsense. I ain't gonna play. I ain't gonna kill y'all with this one. All right. See that? No slavery. No slavery in Kemet. Let's see what you guys say.
Black people. I want to reiterate that it is very important to eliminate this from any teaching that is meant to empower Black people. I want to first point out that the source of the foolishness that says that there was slavery in Kemet.
It's foolishness. And you see, you know what? Let me just let him go. I ain't going to do it right.
Comes directly from the biblical narrative, and it is amplified in modern times from the Ten Commandments movie that was made in 1956. As you can see, that movie that was made all the way back in 1956 is the greatest story Hollywood ever told. And it became the greatest story that Hollywood ever sold. The myth is on the left and the reality is on the right. I want us to keep this in mind as we move forward during this presentation. I want to also let it be known that
Real quick, he's doing exactly what I told you. He is consumed with the ideas of Bible. We're all are, by the way. Like we can't get it. We have to uncondition ourselves out of that. He is consumed with the idea of Egypt, how everyone else understands Egypt. He's consumed with it, with the understanding as it is from the Bible. So when you say slavery in Egypt, he is so anti-Bible, so anti-Israelite, so anti-Hebrew, all that stuff, that he wouldn't even admit to any form of slavery because it gives Bible a little leeway. It now they can make something of an argument. So he would rather be completely pseudo. He would rather completely deny historic fact just to keep Bible believers away. That's what I'm saying. They so anti-Bible that they don't even realize that it's to their own detriment. All right, keep going.
In real world history, there is no evidence that Kemet enslaved any Hebrews or Israelites. I will leave this here momentarily so that you can read over it. Specifically, there are no Kemetic records that make any mention of any migration, and no record of any departure. I want to also let it be known that the driving force for the propaganda and the negative sentiment about Kemet and it having slavery, just like all the other nations in ancient times, is definitely from the biblical canon, and Europeans continue to prop up the propaganda even in academics. If we do our analysis, if we start our analysis on the matter of slavery and Kemet, three main references from all references that you get from American academics will tell you that they did have slavery. However, when you read through these,
So why does the title say no slavery in Kemet? Was I the only one that read no slavery in Kemet? But he was about to try to explain away the sources that he got up here that obviously tells you not only that there was slavery in Kemet, that there was types of slavery. There were different types. And one that he really don't like me to say, which is obvious: chattel slavery.
the scale of slavery is always uncertain, and the presence of slavery is always uncertain.
So if the presence of slavery is uncertain, listen to what he's saying. If the presence of slavery is uncertain, then slaves in then your source is saying that slaves were in Egypt. You just said slaves in Egypt, but however, the presence of slavery is uncertain. What is that? What?
A prime example of that is when you see slavery in Egypt and then you read on and it only talks about criminals and captives. The scale of slavery is not certain.
Yeah, see, that's how you know that he don't even care to read. He don't care to read. He only care to make sure Bible believers keep that idea of Israelite slavery out of focus. He want that away. He don't even care to actually study slavery in the ancient world, not even just Egypt, slavery in antiquity, period, in his region and in particular time periods. He don't care because that's obviously untrue. And I'm gonna demonstrate that.
Again, going on a general web inquiry, we find that Google is also uncertain. And it reminds us that there is no evidence that any Hebrews or Jews or Israelites built the pyramids. So, to sum it up, Europeans or mainstream academia is uncertain on whether Kemet had slavery or not.
Okay, so we're gonna go back a little bit. Now listen to what he said. Y'all heard that. Listen to what he said when he first put this up here.
To prop up the propaganda, even in academics. If we do our analysis, if we start our analysis on the matter of slavery in Kemet, 3 main references from all references that you get from American academics will tell you that they did have slavery. However,
So you heard him say, academics say they did have slavery. All right.
when you read through these, the scale of slavery is always uncertain, and the presence of slavery is always uncertain.
Now, how does that even make sense? How does that even make sense? So I like how he said that. So if academics say that slavery was in Kemet, however, the scale is uncertain and the presence is uncertain. Is it just me? By the way, his own. So I don't even know if these are his. I don't even know if he agrees with these sources. Right? These are all Google sources. This is Wiki, World History, and I think this is probably just like a Google AI search. I don't know if he agrees with them, but I'm going to assume that he got them up here, and these are sources. This is two encyclopedias. So I'm going to assume that he, in some sense, because he's about to explain it away, in some sense agrees with him. But if you look at the sources, it clearly tells you what types of slavery was in and he only do Google searches. That's all he does, because he don't actually care to delve into the historical material, the academic literature. He doesn't care, but we can just go with here. It obviously tells you what: servants, laborers, chattel slaves. Even this one said chattel slaves, captives, which are chattel, because who are they capturing? These are prisoners of war. These are prisoners of war, and prisoners of war are prisoners of war are often what? They often what? End up being chattel slaves. Prisoners of war is more than just military personnel, it's civilians also.
A prime example of that is when you see slavery in Egypt, and then you read on and it only talks about criminals and captives. The scale of slavery is not certain. Again, going on a general web inquiry.
The scale of slavery is not certain. Okay, the scale of slavery isn't certain no matter what part, no matter what uh no matter what community, what civilization, what empire you're talking about in the ancient world, period. It's never a certainty. What we can do is we can read military conquest. We can read that type of material. We can read when who was it? Was it Atmos who said that he brought back 90,000 slaves? Now we can account for how they exaggerate numbers. The Assyrians, Babylon, they all do the same thing. But if we hear now, we hear, right? I can just take their account. I'll just take their account as it is. 90,000 slaves, 90,000 prisoners of war. Does that seem like an exponential number to you? Can we evaluate the scale in that context?
We find that Google is also uncertain, and it reminds us that there is no evidence that any Hebrews or Jews or Israelites built the pyramids. So to sum it up, Europeans or mainstream academia is uncertain on whether Kemet had slavery or not.
No, they are not. There is no Egyptologist, there is no scholar, no archaeologist, no one who says that they are uncertain if Egypt had slaves. He is making that up.
So we're going to investigate all the evidence of labor.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is from TT 700. I think it's 700 or 400, something like that. But it's the tomb of Rekhmir. And here is, uh, how should I say it to be more correct, to be appropriate? These are slaves. Yeah, I'm gonna just say it. These are slaves. Now, this is why I cannot wait for Humble to 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 make his presentation. I cannot wait for Humble to make his presentation because I know exactly what he's going to do. And I'm going to show him how to contextualize what is going on, not only in ancient Egypt, but in the ancient world as a whole, the nuance of slavery. I'll let him finish.
That took place in Kemet. We're going to explore what the people of Kemet said about the labor class. And we're going to first highlight the Sixth Dynasty. The Sixth Dynasty is well known for attestation to non-violence, the fair treatment, and even the generosity towards the general public. We have these attestations by many of the rulers of nomes in Kemet. Governors and nomes in Kemet are known as Hatyas.
Real quick, I I don't know if he's going to go back to the previous image that he showed you, but like I said, that's from the tomb of Rekhmire. Now listen to this, family. There is a inscription. I think it's like, I mean, it's, or like there's a letter from Rekhmir where he says he has not made of slave. He has not made a slave of anyone or like of any man. That is obviously a lie. That's just like how, like your local pastor would like go against so viciously against child abusers until you check his hard drive and know that he's doing the same shit. It's the same thing. I have not made a slave of any man or anything, and the whole time have slaves. And cause what he showed, the ones with the blonde hair, those are Syrian Levantine slaves. They are prisoners of war.
I'm going to leave this here so you can read over it and copy it if you need to. I want to also point out Sinumut's inscription, his biographical inscription. He gives attestation to his upbringing. So
real quick. And in ancient Egypt, having like servants and slaves, that was also a that was also a social, that was also a like a social standing. Like you were seen, it gave you social legitimacy. So like for nobles, for you to ascend at that ladder, that having servants and slaves, that pumped you up more to be seen more as like, you know, like how, like fancy. I'm a noble, look what I got, it gave you that type of, yeah, uh-huh, that's that, yeah, that's what I got. Look at my estate, look at my property, look at, like, that gave you status. Having slaves and servants gave you status. It's like I seen one description where it's like 160, or like 160 servants and slaves to one house. It gave people status. And it's so similar to when we look in Hittite and Neo-Babylonian culture, where that it's the same thing. I can't wait for Humble to come.
we have bust and biographical inscriptions and attestations from the elites of Kemet, talking about the treatment and their upbringing. I want to also point out master builder, a master pyramid builder of the Old Kingdom, known as Nekhbu. He has an attestation.
See that? Never did I enslave. It's the same thing that that Rek Mire said. Whole time they lying. They lying.
And it reads, never did.
Just like when they profess my eye, but then go to the Levant and enforce my eye onto those people, saying we doing them a favor. It's in the name of my eye. We doing my eye over there slaughtering people.
Did I beat any man so that he fell by my hand? Never did I enslave any people there. This is the attestation of a master pyramid builder from the Old Kingdom. Nekhbu and his oath is a vital piece of evidence to show that slavery did not exist in Kemet.
You heard that? I know we heard that, right? Slavery did not exist in Kemet. They can't even agree with each other. Humble say, yeah, slavery happened, but not how you not how, yeah, whatever. And then you got Tahuti. Well, slavery was never in Kemet. Can't even agree with each other.
And again, to point out the obvious, slaves do not get apologies. Workers do.
Now, when Humble do his presentation, I'm going to ask him that. I'm going to ask him, what is the difference between a slave and a worker, how you guys describe it? I'm going to ask him because I know exactly what he's going to say, and I can't wait.
I want to also point out that there is various ways other than the bus to determine the conditions in Kemet. I'm going to leave this here momentarily and then I'm going to go over it.
Yeah, leave that right here. Do you know the amount of hurdles you got to go through to avoid sources that clearly clearly tells you about the dynamics of slavery in Kemet? Not that it existed. We know it existed. That's not even a conversation. The dynamics of slavery. Like, do you know how much he had to do to avoid those sources? It's crazy. And they call and they you know what they do for the Christians and the Hebrews? They say they got research bias, right? They say they got research bias. They only read to the point where that confirms their bias, right? But look what he's doing. Look how many hurdles he obviously had to jump through to avoid sources that clearly tells you about slavery in ancient Egypt.
On each Harrison, two Kemetic records on each side. In the center is a Roman record, and this is a comparison. On the left, we have record of strike. Workers went on strike in Kemet, and
They went on strike. Yeah, they went on strike. Yeah, they probably went on strike because you was telling them that they can get a seat in the afterlife, and they accepted that. That's that was one form of payment, by the way, is a promise in the afterlife.
as a result of the strike, the conditions got better. On the right, we have highlights from the 42 negative confessions. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. And in the center, we have evidence of Roman conditions for the working class.
So what is he saying? Is he saying that okay? Listen, Roman slavery is like damn near close to how we see it, how we had it in the modern period. Like Rome, like Greece and Rome was operated as a slave economy. Egypt didn't necessarily or operate as a slave economy. Neither did Babylon. Neither did Syria. It don't really work like that, right? Until you get to like Greece and Rome. But what is he actually saying? Is he saying that over here, like at Deir al Medina at Lahun, which is a prison colony, what is he actually saying? That they were treated with, oh, everything was just like how it is today. You know, you can argue, you can do, and every look they followed my eye. They made sure that everyone was treated with kindness and fairness and wonderfulness and all of that. But then you get to the Europoids, you see how different it is. You see how different it is. It's nonsense, and this is just another attempt at comedic apology, apologizing for how the ancient world actually looked, not how you want it to look, but how it really looks.
What we are looking at now is a mural. This mural shows the labor class in Kemet. As you can see, they are unbound. They are actually working in unison.
He he said they're unbound, like that actually means something. When you got overseers that's on, yeah, they unbound. What's the point? Where are they going to go?
Using tools. And here we are.
I'm gonna look at this for a second. All right. So I'm gonna just do it like this. What they painted, Rekmir, right? That's the scene. And inspects brick making for the temple of Amun. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. Look at everything that he puts. Right? Look at all the stuff that he puts. No slave auction, no chains, no shackles, because he got a modern way of looking at slavery. So of course, it's the same thing that Humble did. They wasn't by the whip. You have a modern way of looking at slavery. That's your problem, right? That's your problem. You're not into slave scholarship, which is an actual thing. It's called global slave scholarship. All right. Um, now look at all of this, right? Look at all of the things he writes. Why don't he tell you who they are? These aren't Egyptians. Why don't he tell you who they are? Because if he tell you who they are, that's going to be a dead giveaway. That's going to be the dead giveaway. That's why he don't put it down. That's why he don't put it down here. And it's in the inscriptions. So why don't he put it down here? Because that's the dead giveaway. What I tell you, cause
This tomb that holds the mural goes back to 1450 BCE. This is yet another scholarly indication of the absence of slavery in Kemet.
hold up. Let me go back. Kemet documented labor system: paid, fed, housed, respected. What were they paid then? They were fed. Of course, they were fed. They were housed. Of course, they were housed. Respected. Tell them to show it. Tell them to demonstrate that. Paid how? How are they paid? They don't want to get into it because let's get into it. Paid how? It's the same thing that Humble did with. They were workers. They were labor forces. Paid how?
I also want to address the stele that is being misrepresented to show evidence of slavery in Kemet. If anybody was to look at this at first glance, they would say, yeah, that's definitely evidence of slavery in Kemet. But
It's obviously, you don't even have to read nothing. It's obvious. It's so obvious.
remember, the only things that indicate slavery in Kemet from the American academic or mainstream academic viewpoint is
See what I'm saying? These niggas don't read, bro. They don't read. Tahuti don't read. Tahuti, what I just say earlier, there's an actual field of study. It's called global slavery scholarship that talks about slave history as a whole. It's not just no European modern idea projected onto the past, but this is a disciplined study.
captives. So again, this is a stele of captives that is often misrepresented by those who want to claim that the Committee Youth had a slave market or a slave working class. This is untrue. Simply,
It's untrue. You heard that. It's untrue. Is he gonna prove that it's untrue? Right? Because I'm fairly sure how academics see this, right? So How is he going to change everybody else's mind to see it in the way that he sees it?
Simply for obvious reasons. Before I get into those reasons, I want you to take a close look at all the details that are in this mural. For starters, you can see that the subjects that are sitting down, that are obviously being detained and controlled, are unbound. They have no chains, no ropes binding them. They also have their royal attire still on them.
Is it a significant point to point out that people are unbound, as if that actually matters to the conversation? See, they're not unbound. They don't got chains. They don't got nothing. What is this though? What is this? Ask him to actually, ask him to actually break down, right? Using all of the hieroglyphs, the metanetia. Ask him to break down what's going on. Just ask him. But because they're not bound, right? These are prisoners of war, by the way. Everyone agrees with that. Everyone agrees with that. Even Humble agreed with it. These are prisoners of war, clearly, right? But the fact that they don't got chains or ropes, or they're not tied up, see, they ain't slaves. Just the craziest shit.
So I say that to obviously remind you that evidence of slavery is evidence of slavery, and evidence of detainment and captivity is evidence of detainment and captivity. You should always separate the two. If you further want to,
Wait, what?
evidence evidence of, so I say that to obviously remind you that evidence of slavery is evidence of slavery, and
What does that even mean? What does that even mean, Tony? Evidence of slavery is evidence of slavery.
evidence of detainment and captivity is evidence of detainment and captivity.
You see what I'm saying? It's just like his Facebook. He just say things and just expect you to go with it. He don't want you to actually break down everything that he says and ask him to make that coherent. Ask him to help us understand, what does that even mean? Slavery, evidence of slavery is evidence of slavery. Okay. What does that even mean? Evidence of capture and detainment is evidence of capture and detainment. So what is this? Is it slavery, capture, detainment? What is it?
You should always separate the two. If you further
So help us separate the two, because you didn't even say anything. You ain't help us separate the two. You just said we got to separate the two. You still ain't tell us what this was, by the way.
want to investigate this, the relief itself is called the tomb relief of Nubian prisoners. It is not called the tomb relief of Nubian slaves.
What is a prisoner? What is a war captive? What is a prisoner of war? What are these? Where are they going? It ain't like this ain't happened yet. What happened to these people? God damn it. It ain't, listen, they talk to you like you stupid. They talk to you like this ain't happened already.
This relief is currently being held at the Civic Museum of Bologna. And once again,
Hey, Smash, you right, bro. These drums are killing me, man.
The subjects are unbound and still in their royal attire. And with this, we once again have indication that there is no evidence of slavery in Kemet.
This nigga retarded. Look what he wrote. Look what his AI wrote. Right, cause see, AI gonna get him every time. I'm telling you, AI gonna get him every time because they don't even know how to ask the question, and the AI be so confused on how to give them an answer, bruh. Comedic relief shows bound captives in noble attire. Like, okay, I don't even believe him when he says that. These are POWs, not slaves. I told you he talked to y'all like y'all stupid. He talked to y'all like this ain't happened yet. Like it's happening right now. And we still trying to figure out where they went. He said prisoners of war. So now he need to do. He need to go and talk to his man Humble, so Humble can tell him what he told us, right? So Humble can agree with what we said, right? That prisoners of war in the ancient world was almost always slaves. They always ended up as chattel. Kemet has slaves, but captives are not slaves. That's technically true. Captives are no, hold on. Captives are not slaves. No, it's not true. Captives are slaves. Once you get captured, it's over. That's it. Say goodbye to your home. They killed your parents, right? They killed your parents, took you to like 100 miles away from where your home is. You are a slave. Your life is over. Hate when they do that.
Just as a person who is detained and held in custody before a court case is not considered a slave.
A court case? What do they need a court case for? They are prisoners of war. What do they need a court case for? We already know what's about to happen to them.
Then so does the same thing go for a captive or a detainee in Kemet, especially if they are unbound and still in their royal attire.
By the way, you remember when he posted the three sources in one? The wiki source is all you guys need. Don't let them treat you like you crazy. All you need is a wiki source. It's not that deep. And the wiki source says exactly what he's not saying. He don't agree. So Tahuti, with his wild claim, with his wild idea of how the ancient world looks, he don't agree with scholars. So I want to make it clear that Tahuti is creating his own idea of the ancient world. He's creating his own Egypt.
I want to focus on the most obvious. The most obvious indicator that Kemet was devoid of slavery is the sacred principle of Ma'at. The principle of Ma'at in of itself is counterproductive to slavery. And I want to point certain things out.
Is Ma'at counterproductive to slavery? Kemetic priests, all the Kemetic. Y'all let me know. Probably is. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Right. But 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 were they doing it though? Were your pharaohs and your noblemen and your priests, were they going against Ma'at if slavery was against Ma'at? That's why he needs slavery to not exist in Egypt, because of Ma'at. They stuck to Ma'at. They are so wonderful, amazing people.
I want to highlight the book called Ma'at, the moral ideal that outlawed slavery.
So he told me something. Ma'at, Ma'at outlaws slavery. It outlaws slavery. Can't have slaves if you're going to practice Ma'at. Right? If that's true, then I'm with that. But is that the reality? Was that the actual reality? Then I just gave you I just told you guys, listen, the preacher can go in the pulpit and condemn pedophilia, they can do all that until you check that hard drive. That's the reality. What he do behind the scenes, what they do in the real world, what the actual society looks like versus what you want it to look like, versus what the little crazy Kemetic priests want it to look like.
The book is actually called Ma'at, the moral ideal in ancient Egypt. It is by Maulana Karenga. In this book, he correctly translates the 42 negative confessions.
Now it's always the bald heads with the beards, bro. You gotta watch out for the bald heads with the beards and all the Egyptian gear on. They're gonna get you every time.
And he notes that in two different versions, you have the negative confession of I have not enslaved and I have not extorted within the 42 negative confessions. So while the mainstream and Egyptologists are quiet about this.
So did the pharaohs practice Ma'at? Were they in good standing with Ma'at? Could they make it to the afterlife?
Wait, Ben Eaton, I got a question. Can you hear me?
What's up, brother? Yeah, I'm
It, it it does not say I have not enslaved on the 42 negative confessions. What is he talking about?
oh,
He
see,
just said that. Hold on, unless I'm
this ain't what
tripping,
I
but I've
do.
been reading them for years. I've never seen that. So what number is
Oh,
that? What the
he
heck?
said
That was
40.
straight cat. I gotta say something on that. I'm trying to mind my business, but
Woo!
no, we ain't letting that one slide. He not about to say that.
Got you, Tahuti. I ain't even know that. I was taking whatever he was
Rewind to the
going.
hair. Rewind to the
Yeah, I
hair.
got
He just said it.
you.
Different moral ideal that outlawed slavery. The book is actually called Ma'at, the moral ideal in ancient Egypt. It is by Maulana Karenga. In this book, he correctly translates the 42 negative confessions. And he notes that in two different versions, you have the negative confession of I have not enslaved and I have not extorted within the 42 negative confessions. So while the mainstream and Egyptologists are quiet about this, Maulana Karenga has produced this scholarship.
Is it that the mainstream Egyptologists and scholars are quiet about it, or that they obviously understand that you can say something and the reality look completely different from the nonsense you want to say?
For us to know that Kemet was devoid of slavery. And if you did not know, Maulana Karenga is a scholar of Africana studies. He is a pioneer.
See, it's always the ones that's proficient in Africana, this a general Africana studies, and immediately just go to Egypt with an Africana studies degree. It's always them, man.
He is the founder of Kwanzaa. So, Dr. Malana Karenga is very important in the matter of slavery in Kemet, being that it was absent. Slavery in Kemet, being that it was absent.
Hold on, one more time.
Being that it was absent.
Straight scamming to the top, to the highest level of scamming.
I will be closing out soon, but before I do, I will highlight some important artifacts that specifically give us evidence that there was no slavery in Kemet. Again, we have the attestation of Nekhbu, the master pyramid builder. We have the autobiography of Winnie the Elder. Winnie the Elder was a elite of the Sixth Dynasty. I want to point out the autobiographical attestation from Senetmut's bust. And I want to point out the negative oath from multiple elites of the Sixth Dynasty.
You know, I don't even want to deal with Humble. I want Tahuti. Because me and Humble agree. Me and Humble disagree with Tahuti. And Tahuti and Humble disagree with each other. They both comedic apologists. I want Tahuti. Humble, we agree. I don't even want to go back and forth with you. We agree. We both realize that slavery was in Egypt, brother. Now your brother Tahuti says, nah, we ain't having none of that.
Before I close out, I also want to highlight Theobald Obanga's book called Ancient Egypt and Black Africa. In this book, he mentions the social relations in Kemet, as well as gender relations. He highlights the fair treatment of women and the equal rights and power of women. I'm mentioning this book because if slavery was present in Kemet, it would be mentioned in a book that summarizes.
Listen, yeah, it was equal. It was women were treated as goddesses and all that good stuff. Yeah, yeah. Not everybody, not the downtrodden ones, not them. Maybe the nobles, maybe the princes and maybe the princesses, but not them. Not the everyday women. Not them. It ain't so much gender equality with them. These niggas don't read, bro.
It's the social lifestyle of the Kemetic youth. And you don't find that in this book. Instead, you find other fascinating things about gender equality, the labor class, and philosophy. And slavery and extortion is absent in
He said it again. He said it again. God damn it.
Kemetic philosophy, is absent in the spiritual tradition. It is explicitly prohibited, as we just found out.
And it's not absent in a spiritual tradition. Isn't a priest called like a servant or a slave of a necher? They are like the servants of a necher or a slave of something like that. It ain't absent in it. It ain't even absent in the spiritual tradition.
Like, share, and subscribe.
All right, we done with that. Now we on the humble, and then after that, I'm gonna be done. All right, humble. We only got a little bit of your presentation before the thing cut off, but we got just enough. And let's see what humble says.
If I pull it out, it's a profit. These scriptures keep flowing while teaching disciples. You can catch me in the gauntlets. Where the rocks and you haters ain't my flame. It adults my flame. 10 toes where I stand, I'm the motherfucking man. Wanna put out my flame. They don't know nice is eternal. Knock a nice light in front of us. No stopping us, we're also full of mouths. My flame. Catch me in the gauntlets. I'm came out in no weapon.
Tired of the same, your host, 6 and show for you.
What's up, family? Y'all know who it is. It's your brother, Humble Mystic. And tonight, we diving into the topic, was slavery a major factor in the development of Kemet? This topic was brought up by the brother Ben Eaton. We was having a conversation about this earlier. And my stance on it was not. His stance on it was it was. Now, before I go any deeper into this, I do just want to make something very clear. I want to acknowledge that when you look at the historical and archaeological records, they do confirm that there are forms of unfree labor and servitude did exist.
So out the gate, humble just debunked all this nonsense that Tahuti said. Out the gate. Shot him right in his stomach.
Ancient Kemet, involving limited numbers of war captives and debtors and criminals. However, family, when you examine the physical and material evidence uncovered by archaeologists and anthropologists, it revealed that slavery was never, listen to me, family, slavery was never a foundational or primary economic driver in the development of the civilization of Kemet.
Notice how he phrased that, by the way. I can't wait. I cannot wait till you finish this presentation. I love the way you rephrase, recontextualize what I said.
We're going to dive into what the true engine of the force driver of Kemet was when we get further into the presentation. But I just want to let that be known, family. While we do see unfree labor and servitude did exist in Kemet, however, it was not the foundational or primary economic driver in the development of Kemet.
Now, does his title say what he just said? I don't think Home will even realize what he just said is different from what his title said, and his title is different from what I said. I didn't say. Well, actually, your title is what I said. I said a factor. Now, what did Humble just say?
it was not the foundational or primary economic driver in the development of Kemet.
That's not what I said. There's no one foundational point of the development of any civilization. There's no one foundational factor, one primary factor of a country's development. There are many different factors. There are many major and minor factors. Just replace major with significant. Is slavery a significant factor in the ancient world?
Let's get into this, family. So let me pop this up here. We're gonna get into it. Bang. So first we're gonna go through the diagnostic metric, the stereotype versus the tangible receipts. A lot of people like to hold stereotypes about Kemet based off of the he says, she say, they says, instead of going off of the tangible receipts. Number one, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to compare some of these myths to some of these tangible receipts. Number one, forced by the whip. There's a lot of people out here who like to say that, oh, well, we can see slavery because we was forced by the whip to do this, and all of the builders was forced by the whip to do that. That is a complete myth. A lot of the fundamental structure, infrastructure, and monumental architecture that came from Kemet was done by civil duty, state taxation, and conscription. It was not done by the force of the whip. Number two, family.
What does conscription mean? What is state taxation in the context of ancient Egypt?
Paid and disposable labor. The myth was that slaves were treated as disposable, right? They wasn't paid, right? However, when we look at the tangible receipts, we see that it's false. We see that the workers in the fields were absolutely paid by rations of, elegant foods. They was paid with land, and they was paid with wealthy valuables such as gold, ore, and other materials that they could trade in value. Number three, there's a myth out here that the Kemetic people worked these people to death. They didn't care.
So keep in mind, he's doing the same thing that Tahuti is doing. He is understanding ancient slavery through a Western lens, through a biblical lens. That's why he's doing the dispelling the myth thing, because most of the misnomers of ancient slavery comes by way of the Bible. That's why he do the force by the whip. That's why he do the work to death, all that stuff. He is arguing the point that I'm not even making
about their well-being. They quote unquote try to say it was like chattel slavery in America. However, we see that this is false truth when we look at the archaeological evidence. We see that workers had access to state medical treatment
because they were property, humble. They were property. Slaves in America had access to medical care because they were property. I wouldn't rather have my slave die than have to get a new one.
They had access to all kind of medical care, including surgery and bone setting. Another myth, family, that these people had mass unmarked graves, that these people were not honored. These people were just looked at as lower than humanity. That is not true, family. In fact, the reality is quite opposite. When you look at the people who, quote unquote, for an example, built the pyramids or built the irrigation systems in Kemet.
By the way, the claims that he think he's attacking, I'm not making. I'm not saying slaves built the pyramids. I'm not making a plain statement like that. Like I'm not falling for the idea that humble thinks.
What we find through archaeology is honored tombs prepared for eternity next to royalty. So we see the people who built these structures, who built these architectures, were honored, and their tombs was honored next to their projects.
Was it all of them humble? Was all of them honored?
Let's get into it, family. My fault. My apologies. My apologies. So the skeletal. So I know a lot of people might be asking, well, brother Humble, where is this evidence? If you say that there's evidence that these people were not slaves and that these people were workers in the in the society, then what's the proof, brother Humble? The proof is the skeletal anatomy of the people that they.
Yeah, and I think this one it cuts out. So I can't wait for the next one, but I can't wait for you to finish this one. It's gonna be really exciting. I think that AI gonna kill you, bro. But that's it. That's all I got for y'all, man. They had me hot in the messages. Remember, I don't do this until someone say my name. So who said my name in the comment, that will appear, boy. And you don't see them up here, and you know they be up at night. So where they at? A1 put it in the back. He said, "Come on, what y'all doing? What's up?" Ain't nobody respond.
Nobody responded. We got Meta up here.
What's up, Matter?
Amita, Meta. Are you there, Meta? I just dropped that link for you, man.
Already, yeah. I'm gonna be up here for a little bit more.
Real quick, let's go to a word from our sponsors. Then back to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Coliseum of Arguments is back, hosted by Titans Debate League, where ideas collide, minds clash, and only the strongest argument survives. Sunday, August 28th, step into the arena for a battle of philosophy, history, religion, and reason. Bomb Squad Ashe versus Suave Boss. The question, is the black woman God? Why or why not? Suave Boss is taking the affirmative. Two debaters, two positions, one explosive question. This isn't a conversation. This is intellectual warfare. No punches, no weapons, just facts, logic, history, philosophy, and argument. And now, the entire tournament is members only. Want full access to all the debates? Become a channel member for only $3.99. That's right, $3.99 gets you full access to the whole tournament. Sign up now. Don't wait. Don't miss the battles. Don't miss the arguments. Don't miss the moments that everyone will be talking about.
That is this Friday, gentlemen. This Friday.
Yes, indeed. But until whoever come up, I'm gonna throw this out here real quick, just to give a little context of what I'm saying. I'm not just talking about Egypt, and Egypt isn't really my thing. I'm pretty sure everybody know that by now. It's not really my thing, but it's the fact that I am interested in the surrounding world, in the world in which Egypt exists, and its interactions in the Near East is, what draws me to whatever I need to know. But the point is that you have to see Egypt no different than you see any other civilization at that time, right? It's don't make certain apologetics for it. If it's wild, it's wild. You say this is wild. Let me explain what I mean, right? So this is a comprehensive study from this article, wonderful article, right? It's called Empire and Ethnicity, uh, Social History, Deportation in Assyria and Babylon. That's really what Babylon is. Kardunias, during the first millennium BCE. Now, I put this here because this article explains the shift in the study of empire, right? Let me read this for a second. The study discusses definitions of empire, imperialism, excuse me, colonialism, and their relevance to ancient Near Eastern polities, emphasizing power dynamics and processes over static boundaries, exploring the social history of deportation in Assyria and Babylon during the first millennium BCE, emphasizing lived experiences. That's important. That's important because that is the method of anthropology today. Is to broaden our scope from early traditional views of history, where it was focused more on the glitz and the glamour, what could be recoverable from all of the magnificent objects and everything. But that doesn't help us understand in full scope in a society in the ancient world. You need to understand it from every aspects, right? That's how you get the reality of the past, right? Focusing more on small objects, pottery, focusing more on material cultures of communities that are not nobles, not kings and queens, right? The real life, your life, the life that you have. You had, if we didn't have everything that we had today and we go like 1,000 years in the future, and people wouldn't know anything. We not we not Trump. We not all of these politicians and famous people who stories would probably go down in line. That's how you got to see it in the ancient world, right? But we can contextualize the history. Our experiences matter too. All right. All right. So let me finish this real quick. All right. Exploring social dynamics, lived experiences, empire dynamics, and changing climate influences. Scholars advocate for comparative anthropological approaches beyond Eurocentric framework. This is what I showed to Hercules when he said, "Oh, they say this and that. They don't correct." And I'm like, "Herc, they scholarship today addresses old, outdated Eurocentric ideas. Even today, bro. That's what scholars do today. So you can't just say, "Oh, that's the right way." No, no, no. Even they address these outdated frameworks. All right. So just as in Assyria and in Babylon, probably focus. I kind of focus this more on the biblical text in my, you know, in my work here. But there's with Assyria, Babylon, Mesopotamia, even Hittites to a degree, they had these deportation policies where they would capture a portion of the population, mostly the elite portion of the population, and send them off to another area in the ancient world, right? And what that did, by the way, what that did was it turned the ancient Near East into a melting pot of ethnicities. And this is my thing with the Hebrews because with the Hebrews because of what you don't even know what the bloodline thing, all of that. I'm a Israelite. You don't even know what you are. You don't even know what that is because of the dynamics of the ancient world at that time. Bloodline, none of that is a social ideal of a bloodline. Of you can trace your descendancy from the blah, blah, blah. That's not the reality. The reality is that the ancient Near East was heavily diverse, and heavily diverse often always due to the fact that these imperial powers were deporting people all over the damn place. And they would even deport you to a place that's similar in its ecology to your home place. And it's for various reasons. It's for economic reasons. It's for like social stability reasons. Like it's for many reasons. So when you look at Egypt, it's practically no different. I'm not saying Egypt had like deportation policies like this. I don't think they actually conducted that type of. I think their thing was more like military campaigns, prisoners of war, all of that type of thing. But it's no different. You study it no different. Stop apologizing for when you see something that's kind of unflavorable, like slavery, like rape, like all of that stuff. But that's it. That's all I wanted to throw in there. Just wanted to throw that in there.
Matter. Any questions, comments, or thoughts on anything you've heard so far? Let me drop that link for everybody in the chat too.
But yeah, Tahuti, yeah, I need Tahuti because those were explicit claims. So Tahuti, when you get a look at this, go crazy in the chat. Go crazy in the back chat and messenger.
I'm
Cause I
still surprised that he said that the 42 negative confessions said, I have not enslaved. I can't believe that he was just
yeah. See, and I ain't
like,
know that. I don't I mean that ain't my thing. So I assumed that it did say that. He
no,
was
it don't
just
say nothing like that. Hey, he just like, it say like I have not extorted, but like it don't say nothing about no slavery, kidnapping people. It don't say nothing like that. Not even
yeah.
close. Like he just made that up. Or maybe the person he's a Marimba Ani. Who was it? It wasn't
I,
Marimba Ani. It was Karinga.
yeah,
It
something
was
like
the
that.
dude who came up with Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
The dude who they claiming to be a CIA COINTELPRO asset. 'Cause he was beefing with the Black Panthers and got in a shootout with him at USC in California.
Damn, I ain't know none of
Same
that.
dude. Oh yeah, I'm about to do a whole presentation on the COINTEL, how he was a COINTELPRO asset, and how they sent him the beef with the Black Panthers. Like he pitted COINTELPRO
Yeah.
pitted him against the Black Panthers. He gave him a bunch of guns
Mm,
and sent him on a mission. Yeah, it gets bad, man. You start to look
yeah.
at some of this history.
Yeah, man. But humble, if
Mhm.
you watching, you know what our debate is, humble. If you watching, our debate is, was Egypt a dominating colonial terrorizing power that that sustained itself through that fact? Come on, humble. You know what I'm actually saying. So I don't know what this presentation about to be about because you know exactly what I'm saying.
And y'all might see each other in this tournament that we have.
Ladies and gentlemen, the arena is open. This is not a classroom. This is not a lecture. This is not a friendly conversation. This is intellectual warfare. 16 minds enter the arena. 16 debaters step into the battlefield. But when the smoke clears, only one will stand as champion. Welcome to Clash of the Titans 1.1, presented by Coliseum of Arguments, hosted by Titans Debate League. And this time, there's $1,000 on the line. 16 competitors, one tournament, one champion. Every argument is a weapon. Every rebuttal is a counterattack. Every cross-examination is a chance to put your opponent on the mat. No hiding behind the ropes. No running from the bell. No easy victories. You enter the arena, and you better be ready for war. This is where knowledge meets strategy, where confidence meets competition, where debaters don't just argue, they fight for the right to be called the best. Who has the facts? Who has the logic? Who can think under pressure? Who can break an opponent's argument and build their own case into a championship masterpiece? 16 enter, arguments collide, titans fall, and one will claim the throne. $1,000, one champion, one Coliseum. Clash of the Titans 1.1. This is Titans Debate League. Only the brave speak here.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Yeah, maybe
yes.
you two will see each
Yeah,
other somewhere in that tournament.
yeah, we got to. I'm gonna get Gideon out the way real quick. So that ain't even
Oh
thought.
wait, y'all in the same bracket, ain't y'all?
Yeah,
Hold on, let me look at this bracket again. Let me make it the background real quick. And then pop us over here to the side so I can see what's going on. Okay, let me put us on the bottom. I can't see nothing. Okay, yeah, you are over there.
Yeah.
Humble Mystic versus Cosmon, and Ben Eaton versus Gideon. So yeah, the winner of your debate faces the winner of Cosmon versus Humble Mystic for round two.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna get Gideon out there real quick. So that ain't no problem.
yeah, y'all been going at it for a minute.
Yeah, because he keep running. Every time every time we get on the line together, he jump off.
Y'all definitely had a show set up. He acted like he didn't know when it was supposed to be. And messaged me a week later, like, what happened? I'm like, bro, we was calling you, tagging you. You was live on another channel. You wasn't answering our
Yeah,
call.
that's what Harwin did to Chuck, bro. Harwin ducked Chuck for like 3 months just to study up,
I
just to come back and act like he knew what he was talking about.
ain't hip the hard one.
Yeah, that's one of the dudes on HOK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm not hip. You know, I don't get out much. I'm always
we
over
know.
here at Titans. I'm at the house, man,
You already know.
on the home channel.
Already know. Hey, Meta, you
Meteor,
there, player?
better. Yeah, he's definitely on the stage. He ain't got much to say. Maybe your presentation got him speechless right now. He's studying up. You know, he team Kemet too.
Yeah, I heard him. But Meta
Yo,
cool though. Meta good people.
yo,
Peace, matter.
Peace, man.
man, I was
You got to
going in and
comment.
out for a minute.
You got to comment on the YouTube so I can give you your wrench. All members of the channel get wrenches. So anybody who becomes a member.
Yeah, I'm a member, bro.
Yep, I saw this morning that you became one. I just got it. You have to comment on the YouTube page on in the video, and then I can make you a moderator.
So I just comment like
Yeah, go in
what?
there
Just
and say
comment.
something like, "Hey, peace to the chat" or something, so I can take that comment and then it lets me turn you into a moderator.
Okay, so that's from day before or whatever, right?
Yeah, no. Did you just comment in the chat right now? Madam?
Oh,
Yeah, just pop a comment down there so I can click it and make you moderator. You confused me with the day before. I don't know what you're talking about. You okay over there, Matter?
yeah, I'm all right. That's not me, bro.
Oh, how's your day going?
Man, it's going well, man. Just really got off work and things, man, and putting things together and just popped on just to hear you all go through your slides and things.
Okay, I see your comment. Now let me go to my YouTube.
But wait,
Let me
hey,
make you.
I wanted to respond to earlier what the brother was
Oh,
speaking on because when you say other than like the Romans, Kemet kept a great deal of recording their records and things like that.
hmm
You know, I mean,
Mm.
I'm talking about just recording the information as far as, well, we don't get how the pyramids was born, but we do have uh, workforce development um, information on how the people got paid, and like there wasn't no slavery. Well, excuse me, um, people who built the pyramids wasn't in slavery because it was well documented that they had Um, they had everything together as far as the time they went to work and the payment and everything else. So I land my plane right there, bro.
Okay. Uh, what you trying to say, man? I'm not sure what you trying to say.
No, because earlier was more like um was the Israelite people ever in Africa and things like that, and he was showing a few little slides, and I was just speaking on it, like because
Oh, okay.
they
Well,
kept
let me
they
be.
kept information of what was going on
Yeah. But let
at
me
the
be clear.
time.
I'm not making that claim. I just want. I'm
Oh
not saying it
yeah,
for you, Meta. No, I'm not saying it for you. Man. I'm just saying it just for the just to make the point. I'm not making that claim.
mm,
I'm not
yeah,
doing what Tahuti and Humble think. Like
yeah,
I am not trying to substantiate anything. I'm just trying to put
hmm,
things into context because they got a very slick way of leaving out a lot of detail. Like they want to paint a
hmm,
picture of the ancient world in a particular way that looks a little bit more glossy when it comes to talking about Egypt. That's it. Like I'm just
hmm,
yeah. But I mean I don't
yeah,
make no case about no Exodus or I had a presentation where I clearly explain my view on like Exodus or he I don't make those claims anyway. But that's what they're trying
mm,
to attack though. They're not actually talking to me. They're talking to Hebrews and Christians. Like when they make
right,
their presentation, they're talking to them. They're not even
mm,
talking to me. Yeah. But yeah, man, this what they need to hear. So I'm hoping they gonna beat me over the head when I wake up in the morning. Hopefully I see some
hmm.
messages.
I was trying to get somebody up here to talk to you right now about it, but
Yeah, you know how it is. You know
we
when
got
I come
nothing
on.
but spectators in the chat right now.
Yeah.
Let
So
me
do
drop
you
that
think
link one more time.
do you think the sojourn with the Hebrews in the desert and things like that was real, or what's your stance on that?
No, I don't make those claims. So my stance on Bible. So I understand the text from an academic view. That's really all I focus on. My focus
Mm,
is understanding the biblical text, pretty much the Hebrew Bible, through historical anthropological methods, strictly through a scholastic method. So the claims of the text, I don't take
mm,
outright. Like I just follow the methods of academia. So like the sojourn, the conquest, Exodus narrative, everything that's within the text, I evaluate on its historical merits individually.
mm.
Hey, there you go.
Okay.
What's up, Capone?
Hey, shalom, shalom. Peace, peace,
Shalom, bro.
peace. What y'all got going on today, tonight?
Ain't nothing, man. We were just reviewing what's his name, Tahuti's presentation. He said that there was no slavery in Kemet.
Yeah, we like us here in America. I guess we just like to romanticize certain things.
Yeah,
It's part of Egyptomania as well.
yeah, for real. You're right. Yeah. But I blame y'all though, man. I blame y'all for him.
Mm,
You got to stop being a bully, though, man.
Ah, bro, we got to. Tough love. Dog.
Tough
Tough
love.
love.
Yeah, all right. I
Tough
see
love.
tough love, but
And you seen that Capone. They said my name. What Tahuti say? He said my name. I
I
told
ain't
him that
see
was
when he
out.
said your name. What he say?
Yeah, he was like Ben. I'm hold on. I'm about to put it up right now. Hold on. What he say? And I ignored it all day, and then
Called
that
you
just
out
made
the
me ask a question.
shadows.
Yeah, he said.
You know
What
this
he say?
that's strategic, knowing you got a debate coming up. You got the tournament and everything. You can't respond to everything.
Yeah, I gotta be particular. Yeah, he said Ben Eaton got lucky because he was having the slavery and Kemet conversation in the messenger. And I just seen that
Oh,
on my way home, man. I said, and then once A1 said he about to fire it up, man, I fired it up, man. He getting on my nerves. I thought he was gonna have something to say, but you know they go absent when we start talking.
yeah, he liked to talk about like this rehabilitation, like it was like the captives is like a prison thing, and they get rehabilitated, and then they get welcomed back into the society.
Yeah,
What society? If they're captives, they get so they get they like they get
that's
to
how.
go home.
So it was like the Department of Corrections. I'm conf- That's the first Department of Corrections was in Egypt. That's what he tried to
Yeah,
say.
you can get they give you a piece of land, but it's in Egypt under
Yeah,
the
That's
Pharaoh.
crazy.
Pharaoh is the
if
landlord.
Do they send you home with state pay too? Let me stop. This is crazy.
but it's cool. Yeah, but humble is gonna do something particular if he finishes his presentation. He gonna get real semantical on the term slave. He gonna get real semantical, and it's cool. So I can't wait till he finish it because they're gonna get caught up on the term slave. He like they got paid, they got fed. How they get paid? How they what did they pay him in?
What they pay over it? What they pay over it? Did they give him lapis lazuli? They give him some gold.
Yeah. If they captives, when do they get to go spend the money?
If that, if they
When
even
do,
got anything.
when do they get to go
Sometimes they
shop?
don't even pay. Like
This shit
I
crazy.
seen one, and I think it's called a Shopti or something. But one of them where where they would pay them with the promise of being in the afterlife, and
Mm.
people would accept that as payment. So I
Mm.
Wow.
want Humble to be particular when he say they got paid, they got yeah, but you thinking of it like we doing it today. You thinking of it like the system is how it is today. No.
No,
So
some of them they
so
just threw in. They didn't give them proper burials. They just threw them in there.
just do them and
What
unmarked graves.
Manfred B Tech is showing. He's showing people who just like the way remains is positions like they was just thrown in the. They was just thrown in there
Mhm.
like like trash almost.
Yeah,
You know, somebody died from the work. They just throw them in a ditch, throw them in a hole.
yeah. But they got listen, a Humble and Tahuti going to end up debating each other because they disagree. How about that? Tahuti said there ain't no slavery in there. Like everybody
Kemet
was like,
versus Kemet. Oh, that's gonna be fun.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe it's Kemet versus Tassetti or something like that. I don't know.
yeah. That's gonna be fun. I can't wait till they need to clash heads. They gonna be trying to debate me now. Y'all need to figure that out amongst each other and let us know.
I think Tahuti is. I think he more so like Ifa. Not is it Ifa? Who said that? Imi Tumi, Abi Tumi.
Oh, I'll be too. Yeah, that's him and Hercules.
Yeah, I think that's like Ifa. I think that's like West African though.
Yeah,
Yeah. So he probably more so in like the Ifa tradition. Maybe you think the Commissions migrated westward.
yeah. They believe definitely Tahuti. Tahuti believed that definitely. Yeah, he definitely believed that. Uh, Yeah, they need to figure that out. Let us know.
Yeah, because when see to who do you? Well, I ain't gonna say if you remind me of this person, but like what they'll say is like, oh, that's the Greeks. The Greeks but the Greeks weren't the first. They weren't the first ones that came and imperialized Egypt. It was the Persians first, I
It's the
think.
Persians, yeah. Well, it was. I mean, to a degree, it was the Assyrians under Esarhaddon and Tiglath, and then later on, the Persians done that. After the Persians, that was done. Like Egypt, as we know it, it was over. That became a Persian colony. They took it over. Darius the second.
Darius,
No,
right?
no, was it Darius the second? Yeah, I think it was Darius.
Darius the first or the second, one of them.
Yeah, one of
Yeah.
them. Yeah, but yeah, man, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna
No,
be fun.
it is the second because what's it called? Defeated uh Alexander. Alexander defeated Darius. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, that's gonna
Yeah,
be
but
this.
the Greeks come after the Persians.
Yeah,
And not only that, if they just because which became later on came a Roman Greco-Roman providence. But
yeah,
who was the people then? That was that. You know what I'm saying? Like with Ptolemy and everything. Like who was the people that they was over?
hmm
It was all Egyptians, bro.
yeah. Because I think Egypt still maintained like I think it still maintained just like its priesthood to a degree, but the civ- the the social civilian society was still pretty much like a native society.
Yeah, I think it's on the Rosetta Stone. Ptolemy, he called himself, I think he called himself Nasubidi, something like that. Like he's welcome into the priesthood, the kingship through the
Mm,
priesthood. He had his own native priest. That's who Manetho was. Manetho's supposed to have been like a priest to Ptolemy.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna be fun. So I just need Humble to finish his presentation, man. That's gonna be a good one. All right.
Oh, so you saying this might be something like in round two, huh? Y'all
Oh,
might
we
have
got
to.
we got to talk now. Especially Tahuti. I don't even want to talk to Humble. Me and Humble agree.
Uh,
Yeah, he want to do this thing. Me and Humble agree. Me and Humble disagree with Tahuti. and Tahuti and Tahuti and Humble disagree. So they need to. That's where they need to talk and watch two comedic apologists go head to head about the craziest shit I ever seen in my
Dramatic
life.
apologist is crazy.
For real, man. But that's all I got for y'all, man. How long y'all going? How long y'all kicking it up here? Hey, well, how long you
Shoot,
want to kick it up here?
shoot all night. I don't get off until 5:30.
Oh, all right.
I want to be bored all day.
Yeah.
What we doing?
No, man. I'm about to slide off. I got early morning, man. I picked up a morning shift and an evening shift,
Bad. I'll kick it
but I
with you then.
but I couldn't let this slide, Avon. Soon as this, couldn't let this slide, man.
I appreciate you pulling up, man, and dropping that presentation for me, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, y'all keep it easy. We definitely can do this tomorrow. I'm off after tomorrow.
Big bet. Tomorrow is Thursday. Yeah, if you want to, I'm gonna keep you as a co-host, so that
Cool.
way, if you want to plan something for tomorrow, or if you actually get them on the phone in the morning, just let me know what's going
Yeah.
on.
All right. I'm in there. I'm in there. All right, man. Y'all
Big
have a
bet.
good one, man.
All right,
Have a
bro.
good
Peace.
night.
All right, fam.
And you right, GBN. Comedic apologist is crazy, ain't it? I
Man,
never even heard that term, but that's what they is. A lot of some of them are.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but so the whole thing about ancient Egypt is that here in the Americas, in other places as well. Once they discovered King Tut's tomb, uh, Egyptomania spread like wildfire, and I think they did. I think they discovered it somewhere in the '90s or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah,
I
because
didn't
he had
know
all
that.
the gold. He had all the gold on it. You know, his sarcophagus. It had all the gold and everything on it, and that still on it. And then they was able to go into the. I think that's when they found the Valley of Kings. I could be mistaken about that. I don't know where they found this body at, but I know that I was just watching a thing about his was it King Tut? It was somebody's sarcophagus. But bro, they opened up the tomb. They moved the remain. They removed the mummy and everything, and they had to be very careful so they wouldn't, you know, none would fall off and everything. You know, they wouldn't damage anything. It's crazy. I say, man, this is what it takes. Like y'all
Man, I'm
found the tomb. That wasn't enough. They gotta open it up and they gotta take it out of the sarcophagus. And I say, man, they just disturbing the pieces, just disturbing that those remains like it ain't nothing. They DNA getting on the
hmm
the corpse, the carcass.
how long does somebody have to be passed away for you to be able to dig up their grave and it's not considered disrespectful? When can we start going to go dig some of these motherfuckers
Yeah, I don't know because you know you had like it'd be like natural disasters and stuff like that. Like I remember here in Chicago, it was I forgot it was something like a plumbing thing or it was something like under the ground, but it had like a mudslide or something, but it had threw all the carcasses up and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
at? That's crazy.
It was something they was talking. I remember it was like a couple of years ago, and they were saying all these people burials and stuff is desecrated, and they didn't. I don't think they buried them back. I think they just had to like discard them or something like that, or put them like probably like cremated or something.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, been,
that happened a couple of times, like with cemeteries though. Like you had like different things, pipelines and stuff, all type of stuff that happen. Whether they have to they got to remove the burial, they got to remove the remains, but those remains sometimes they don't never get put back. They have to get I would think they probably would just cremate them and just send them to the family, you know.
hmm
And then like
yeah.
if you've been buried for I don't know how long it is, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Do you think that they replace them? I can look it up. I can look it up. Though. But I think they swap them out too because they gotta have more room. You know.
I don't know. Look it up for me.
I'm gonna have to look into it, man.
What they
I
talking
had
about?
did it before when that happened. I'm like, man, they just don't have
Yeah,
room.
and then
Saving the
you
people,
don't see
saving the dead.
you don't see none of like our experts
Heck
going
yeah.
over there digging up their ancestral lineage. You ain't going to England digging up those uh, so-called kings and queens and
Mm,
and examining their bodies and things like that, putting them in museums and stuff. You know, taking the artifacts that surrounding the burial sites and putting them in different museums and even keeping. the
Well,
artifacts and things like that.
well, some of
You're
the
not
mhm.
them people will not allow us to go study their uh, ancestral lineage, but they do ours because they still trying to write themselves into history. That's my understanding of it, the view of how I understand. Because as much they did, and then like when we have our own people over there doing research and things like that, the more we find out, but the less they story is as far as uh, being over there. You know what I mean? Because then oh well, we found the Heretta Stone, and this is what it says. You know, there's certain all types of artifacts that they come up with to just to try to place themselves within that region in time. You know, you don't see them over here in America. Well, we have history of them coming over here, but before then, nowhere in the world. Where was they? I'm talking about as far as Caucasian people, but um, they in Africa or what? They were slaves. They are the Hebrew Israelites and things like that. So that bothers me a lot.
Well, one thing about like you saying like the European kings and stuff, like a lot of stuff. So with archaeology, for one, it's for one, it's not a popular field, right? It's not a popular field where people is just rushing to become an archaeologist. A lot of people they don't finish and they tap out at it's different things. You got paleontologists, some people going to geology, different things. So they but anyway, for one,
But
the field is
my
not popular. Hold on, brother. The field is not as popular, and that's why
that's spot on.
they have
Uh,
community archaeologists where the people can come and help a site a team of archaeologists at a site like they was doing that at Göbekli Tepe where they had um yeah they call them some like civil it's like civil archaeologists or something like that. But social archaeologists or some they call them some. They got a name for it. But also in certain places, it's religious and cultural practices where they won't control, where they won't allow um, scientists or archaeologists to come in and dig there. You know, because of their religion or cultural custom. That's the whole thing. Like in I know in what was that in Qumran. In Qumran, they went because of the Arab influence in that area. They not allowed. They the government they won't allow the archaeologists to go there and dig.
yeah, but at the same time, the Arab, some of them is desecrating the artifacts and the tombs and things like that, like trying to just erase history by they beliefs. You know, they over there tearing stuff up, and with archaeologists, it's they more like what scientists until being proven. The studies keep going on because even the archaeologists they don't even know for a fact of the age of certain artifacts, even the pyramid. Would you agree with that?
I'm looking up some. I think this is about these graves. Look, here you go right here. It say concert record. So it say in 2000 September 2024. I think this is it. Families expressed outrage after the Muslim Community Center had dozens of headstones removed from the Muslim section of the Bohemian National Cemetery in Chicago without advance notice because the markers didn't fit cemetery regulations. Consequence families arrived to find loved ones' markers missing and several headstones found piled in a near dumpster rather than placed in a safety storage. Wait, that's about the headstones. I'm talking about the remains. I put graves. Let me put remains.
And the dismantles of the temples and things like that. You know, 'cause they over there doing a lot, and it's based on it's the ideal of religion.
This is the big stuff. But it'd be like man, it'd be it'd be like for construction too, you know, construction purposes. They'll remove the bodies and stuff like that. But I don't know what they do with them. And for oh, that's what it was. The cemeteries is overcrowded. Let me see, put that in.
Well, bros, I gotta call it a night, man. I'm gonna get up with you, brothers, man. Hello.
Yeah, yeah. What's
Yes,
up?
sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get up with y'all, man. I'm gonna tune in. I gotta go through a couple of debates that I haven't seen, man. I'll probably do that tomorrow when I'm at work. Dang.
Oh yeah, that members only section is loaded up. It's got all of the debates from the first tournament back there. I heard somebody was going around saying I deleted them all. I don't know why. I would never do that. It's my content. I paid
Yeah.
for it. I would never delete it. I might put it in the vault for a little bit or something like that. But yeah, all that's loaded up in the members only section. Since you're a member now, you can go ahead and check out all that exclusive content, plus all the past debates that we've had from the first tournament. So yeah, check some of that stuff out,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Catch up, you know.
Yeah, I gotta catch up, man. Man, my job just they turned up the production and things like that, man. And it's been wild the past month. So I most definitely gonna have to go back and comb through the debates, man. Cause A1, did you just had a debate, didn't you?
I got one coming up September 13th. This morning I reviewed one of my old ones from like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Cause I was peeping that out as I was getting
yeah.
ready and things.
I do got one coming up. Yeah, I got to start prepping
Yeah, what's
this
the topic
weekend.
of it again?
It's Science Universal. Me and King Hercules.
Oh yeah, okay. All right. Didn't y'all speak about what did y'all have a discussion about that?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, several,
I think
several.
I tuned in as universal science. Yeah, I did. That should be a nice debate, man.
Yeah, he
That
was
should
talking
be a
about
nice one.
science. First, he was making a claim science was racist. He tightened that up and changed it to
But
just
what
science universal.
but would you say I'm talking about as far as the field is the study of the people? Like, okay, racism as far as science. Uh, I say no, but I'm talking about the people that within the institution of allowing certain things. I would say is racist,
So I
and that's
need
for
to ask.
the simple fact is that you know we have to get degrees and things like that to only just be accepted in a school of thought. You know,
To be
even though you
accepted in
can.
their school of
Uh,
thought.
I'm talking about they in today's little institutions and things. As far as like say say you study A1 and then I'm talking about you study a great deal with science, and then you come across some information that you know that people need to look into, and you may debunk some of the theories that they came up with. They would take the time to look at your information because you know there come the racism.
I
You
don't know. I
know,
just disagree.
it's it's
I
it's,
disagree.
it's what they allow the powers that be. What they allow into science. Not saying that as far as our ancestors and development of science over the years, what it became,
Is
I
you
would
talking
say
about
that's
the
not
Royal Society?
yeah. Like, just the powers that be the head honchos within the scientific community. Because they like, oh well, what they accept and what they don't accept, they gotta go through them first.
Oh,
With science itself, I wouldn't say is have it's racism,
the
but
Royal Society is
the people that's the surrounding
of the
the
scientific
institutions
society.
and things like that.
Yeah, it's
See,
Royal
I just
Society.
think y'all make a big deal about, and y'all conflate the two. Y'all make a big deal about racist people who are scientifically literate, and because these people are powerful, you want to deem all of science as racist.
Well, I won't. It's not that. It's just those people was like you said. They was scientific in a sense, but they was under the guise of being scientific of executing actual scientific experiments on individuals and things, which now is called pseudoscience, but at that time, um, I think uh, uh um we gravitate to that position because well it was at that time it was being done on some most of our ancestors, and it was under the guise
Huh?
of being science, like the
Specifically, what are you talking about?
Tuskegee experiment.
Okay, there you go. Specifics make it better. Because I was gonna say, what's stopping you from taking some science and using it against white people?
Oh no, I was just saying like that, but that was
No,
the
I'm asking you a legitimate, literal question. What's
I thought you
stopping
said
you from
you
taking some
was gonna
science
ask.
and using it against them?
What's stopping for one? Well, we don't have.
My whole point is to show is that you've assumed the position. You've assumed
Yeah.
this subservient position as if it only like science is racist and is only racist towards us. It's universal and it can be used for good or bad towards anyone. But you've
Yeah.
assumed the position mentally first before you do it in real life. First, you have to mentally assume that position. You have to
Well,
mentally put them over you and think like, I'm not
so
doing that.
with science, you do have it's a political and uh I wouldn't say military, but it's structure. You know what I'm saying? Like when in the guise of science, in the whole exploration of science. You know, even that's what these wars is about. You know, the advancement of technology and stuff like that. Who got the who? This is why they be going exploring space. You know, this is why the Air Force is transitioned to the Space Force. You know, because it's all about it's about the competition. So with that, you have political ties, you have funding, all these um, um, uh, parameters, right? All these different categories that gives one power. You see what I'm saying? So if you got the funding, you got you got the science, you got the funding, the technology, you know, the political front to push it, and even the publicity almost, you know, like you even say like media. So when you got all those things, that equals power. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, it's a lot of things that we don't have the resources to utilize the way that others are utilizing it. That's what I would say to that. Now, if we had the equal resources, like if we had a hydro collider or atomic bombs, you know what I'm saying, or a lab where we had you know what I'm saying, because it's governmental. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the governmental infrastructure of inner cities. You know, we go to doctors and things of that nature for health reasons. So, but we're not the ones they're not coming to to hospitals that we establish. You see what I'm saying? And if it was that way, then there would be an even playing field. That's what I would say.
Yeah, and just to
Far as
add
what you're
on,
saying, like why we not using uh science against them? You know what I'm saying? As a tool.
and just to
And I don't
add
mean
on,
them. I'm just saying like against others. You know, I ain't finna put no racial cap on it. But
Yeah, and I wasn't trying to encourage you to use science against anyone in a nefarious way. I'm just saying if you wanted to, you could. And it's never talked about. It's only talked about from one side because the science is against black people. And that's not the case. It's the people who are using science. They would have to be against us first. And then
well,
they would have to create something to use against us. It's science
but
doesn't just universally work against black folks. Like it's
A1,
the whole
but
claim science is racist is absurd.
to look. So if we so for one, we like I say the resources. So all right, say we got access to the same amount of resources. That's what you're saying. Um, it, but we don't have the same. You don't have the same structure to where it can go down the pipeline and be pushed as science. Well, because if we was to do, we'd be called terrorists. You see what I'm saying? It'll be you will have a certain uh title or classification for people like that. You know what I'm saying? Use science for nefarious reasons, especially against other Americans. You will be called a terrorist. You see what I'm saying? Or a serial killer, or the I don't know what a crazy person. So they have these. Is that you'll be classified as something, and we don't have a police force to safeguard our science. Just to say a science that we are utilizing, right? We don't have the police force, the military, the government backing, the funding, none of that. So it's not equal. It is a certain privilege where these things are allowed, and it's not looked at. It's under the blanket of science, but it's not looked at as um uh uh what you call it, like a terrorist crime or something, you know. Because when you think about like COVID-19, and even before COVID-19, the powerful billionaires coming saying we need a pandemic. It's too many people. We don't have enough food, you know. So not to be not on no conspiracy theory stuff, but I'm just saying we don't have that. If we come out and say that, we get looked. It's a title that they place on you, and now you get blackballed. You get resources taken from you. Probably get arrested. You see what I'm saying? So it's not it's a double standard. That's
But
why
you know,
we.
your boy
But
came out.
but the double standard would be on the system, not the science.
Yeah, that's
Because
what I
my
was
whole
Your
saying.
thing
boy,
is science. My whole thing is science is actually universal. The same way that they can create something to do something negative to you, it works the opposite way. So to act like it's only racist towards us is assuming the position of subservience, placing science in Europeans' labs, as well as being un-Afrocentric and not acknowledging our contribution to science way before any Europeans ever were on the damn planet. So it's cool. But I
yeah,
get what you're saying. It was just like you was missing what I was saying. For real.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It's science, you know. It's the way we understand the natural world, right?
Hmm.
So that deals with everything that's within the natural world, and that's what I'm saying. We don't have
Yeah,
a
science is
lot of.
just studying something, man. Like we know, what do we know about? I'm giving random stuff. We know
Mhm.
that the sun, too much sunlight gives some white people cancer, and not enough to have them vitamin D deficient. I mean, but there's some you can. That's science knowledge. You can use that to your advantage to do anything. You know, what if you created a weapon with UV rays? I don't know. I'm just
Right.
randomly coming up with stuff to show like it works both ways. Like, and but I understand. I see when with Hertz claimed he was talking about when he said science, what he meant was the European system of colonialism, but he was calling it science when he didn't mean that, and that's why the
Mhm.
claim was goofy as hell. But who we got in the back? Oh, we got Tahuti afar in the back. Why Tahuti gonna come up when what's the name left? He waited all the way to Ben Eaton got off to come up. Peace to you though, Tahuti.
Hey, peace, Cody.
Hotel family, how y'all doing?
Ben Eaton, good. Ben Eaton did a whole show on you, man.
Ben Eden did a whole show on me.
Yeah,
Oh
if you
damn! I would
rewind this
expect to
show,
see a. I would
if you
expect to see
rewind,
a thumbnail and everything, like in a date or something like that.
no, he just did it on the fly, and he just replayed some of your videos. He was going at you and humble on Egypt.
Oh
So
dang, man! But at the
if
same
you,
time, it would have been good for him to get that all out, cause like what I'm saying, no need for chaos if I would have like smashed it right then and there.
true, true. Yeah, go back and check it out.
Yeah, definitely. Any key points? Did he provide any key points, or like what was going on with it?
I don't know. You probably gonna have to go back and watch it.
Oh dang! So no
I,
key
ain't-
points,
I didn't see it.
nothing that
I didn't
stood
see
out.
it.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, the
Nothing
one thing
stood
that
out.
stood
No
out to
key
me, the
points.
one thing that stood out to me was you saying that it says I have not enslaved in the negative confessions. I'm like, it does not say that in there. That stood out to
Right,
me. But he was pretty much going
right.
in on you on slavery. He was playing some videos where you were pulling up some reliefs and going over what they were saying versus what you said they were saying. Only
Okay.
commented on that one part when you said the negative confessions part. I'm like, hold up, they don't say that.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know.
I
So
think
only
it said
one
I
thing
haven't
stood out
done
to you.
wrong.
That's what's up. That's
I think it
not
said I
That's
bad.
funny.
haven't done it, like wrong or ill intention. To my brother or something like that.
Hey, is that static coming from me? I know it can't be coming from me. It's not coming from my like my system, is it?
No, I think A1 had a little bit of state. He not at home.
Well,
Oh, okay.
I remember what Trump he put the Kennedy into what the health department or something like that,
Hmm.
and he came out flat and said that within the medical field, melanated people um, is different from really basically non-melanated people.
Yeah,
We can't be treated. We can't be treated like a non-melanated people because our immune system and things like that is greater. And then he went on and was speaking about the COVID and getting the COVID shots and stuff like that. That it blew my mind when he brought that out to the front.
yeah. I think that goes into like the Henrietta Lacks and
Yeah, but you know he bought it all the way out, man, and it was like, wow. And I was like, man, Trump allowing that? I guess he did, but yeah, I was just
Are y'all familiar with Medical Apartheid, the book?
yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty interesting book.
yeah. It was a oh man, what's the scientist name? I'm gonna get his name for y'all. I'll probably put it in the back chat. But it was a guy that he was they was like offering middle age black women like like a vacation or something like that. Some crazy, some like extravagant where they paid them by like $3,500 or $5,000 or something like that just to get sample of their eggs or something like that. Or it was some crazy. But this guy, he got a video where he's talking to the sisters and he's telling them that they can't reproduce. Basically, they dying off or some mess like that, and they need some of these sisters' DNA and they need to inject sperm into they what's called they got to reproduce through them basically. But I don't know if it's I don't know if this guy was a pseudoscientist or not, but it is these things do go on though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Definitely, we got to be able to wrap our heads around stuff like that when it comes to this system that we living under.
I'm gonna find this doctor name. I'm gonna find his name. He was Doctor something. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna post. I'm come back on my other phone.
But yeah, I did overhear you talking about science, your upcoming debate, right? Was that what y'all were talking about? I don't know if you.
Yeah, the
Yes,
science
sir.
was just, yeah, that's what he's talking. Oh, well, there you go. You got it.
Yes, sir. That's what we was talking about. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Like I said, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to that one. So you already got your strategy. You got you a strategy lined up.
Nah, not really. Um, I'm gonna start putting the presentations together this weekend. I picked up some overtime too, though, but I'm trying to hurry up and finish this goal. So. But yeah, I'm about to take them up top like usual. I actually put some of my science presentations on hold because I was giving away some of the sauce that I'm gonna be using against them. Uh, some of the slides that I had in my presentation, I'm just actually gonna put against in the debate against him because it's exactly what we're talking about. So yeah, I'm waiting until September to go ahead and get back on my science stuff. I think it's gonna be an easy debate. I'm not underestimating Hurt, but like I say, I've heard his claims. I know what he's coming with. I know where he's coming from because I took the time to listen to him to understand him instead of trying to be. I mean, I am being judgy, but at the same time, you know, I listened to him. I didn't judge him prior to trying to understand him. When he says things like "I'm not addressing this argument," he's a bold-faced liar because I took the time to listen to him to understand him, so I could clearly address this argument. I haven't misrepresented him ever. None of that, especially when I did that side-by-side refutation. Uh, but yeah, that's one of the things I do. I take the time to listen to people to understand where they're coming from, how they came to the conclusions they came to, so I can properly address them. So I don't know. Whenever you hear him saying stuff like that, just know it's like I don't know. I almost feel like it's deflecting because I don't know. Maybe I kicked his butt too good. I don't know. What else can a person say? Um,
Are
but
you
yeah,
going?
when I address when I addressed his claims, even though he made the claim science is racist, that was the title to his thing. That wasn't his premise. His premise was about a system and systems at play that are using science, not science. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Did you are you picking up on September on vaccines as well? Does that include vaccines? Or are you done with the
Um,
vaccine thing?
no,
The
actually,
COVID-19.
when I get off work in the morning, I'm gonna go over one of those videos. I got to watch a video to do. I'm gonna do this Unc West versus the FDA director this in the
Okay.
morning.
Did you
So if you
see
up in the
that
morning, you
event
can
that
hop
I
on there
showed
with
you?
me.
Yeah,
No,
that
I ain't.
simulation is crazy.
I worked like 80 hours last week, man. I ain't get to catch up on everything I wanted to. I'm trying to catch up. So yeah, can you send it directly to my inbox? So we have our own messages. Because if you
Yeah, I
put it in
got
the
you.
back
I'll do
chat,
that.
it get lost in the shuffle with everybody posting. So when I
Okay.
do want to go back and find it, like if I'm at work and I got a few hours and I want to listen to something, I can't if it's in my inbox, I can just go right to it. I appreciate it. Yeah, anything
Got
you
you. I'll
want
do that.
just for me, send straight to my inbox, and that way I'm turning into a watch party at work.
All
And I'll
right.
fuck around and watch it on the dang channel and let everybody see it. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
yeah.
I hear
So
that.
yeah, so yeah, I'll be going in on COVID in the morning. I'm not done with COVID, baby. I'm not done with COVID. And that's the same thing that I was saying. It's a system at play that's manipulating stuff. And I asked GD and Capone, what's stopping him from studying white people and coming up with something against them? Absolutely nothing, because it's not racist one way. And to act like it is assuming the position as well as propping up another race who we don't think is superior. So it's just backwards to me. Uh, I don't know. But that only goes to prove that science is universal. I can come up with some science that can negatively affect, and come up with something that negatively affects white people, you know, because it's actually universal and it goes both ways. We're just not acknowledging that. But when Hertz claimed he wasn't talking about science specifically, which, like you say, the title was clickbait just to get you there to talk about the issues at hand, which I understand. I kind of like that. But I don't know what he's going to show up with on the 13th. I have no clue. I'm going to have to watch this face off again. Um, I don't know. I just think Hurt's too advanced to be making the claims he's making. And I feel like, I'm going to take him down. I'm whale hunting. He definitely got that Bachelor of Science. Right? I'm going to need that. I'm going to have to have that hanging on my wall after this debate as a trophy.
Yeah, I hear that, man. We'll see, man. We'll see how it turns out.
We shall see.
But yeah, I just wanted to stop by and see what was going on. But now that you mentioned that Ben Heaton called me out or whatever, critique some presentation that I did, I'm interested to go back and watch it. So I'm
Yep,
gonna
no
just go
doubt,
back
man.
and watch that. All right, man.
Check it out. Yep, I'll be up in the morning with that COVID show. Check me out. Have a good night. 3:33, where I'm at. Who you still got on the stage? You still got GD and Capone and Meter up here? Letter? We got Meta. GD in and drop down. Go ahead and play some music for the crowd.
Motivation. Yeah. Go own it. You own it. You own it. You own it. Are you investing your money or are you spending? You got that hunger, you come from humble beginnings. It's time to own it. No paying rent where you living. Go buy the land and you pass it down to your children. Do you feel me? Being broke ain't a number, that there's a mindset. They say it's lonely at the top, you made that climb yet. You wasted time. God no can't get no time back. You can't flip numbers till the day you flip your mindset. Yeah, if I told you crypto numbers, you would think I was lying. I heard people 35 were talking about they retiring. They hit the store, they got the book, they even studied online. About to build financial foundation, one tool at a time. I'm talking refinancing everything to stay alive. Before you get yourself a play, create a Power 5. Self-directed IRA will make it certified. You saving up for your health because they hurting guys. Got to go insure your life. That's life insurance, right? Cause all the money made in a day is just might save your night. That 401k make it light, and if it's wrong, you make it right. You take too long, you pay the price. Only the strong gon' sacrifice. Now if I told you crypto numbers, you would think I was lying. I heard people 35 were talking about they retiring. They hit the store, they got the book, they even studied online. About to build financial foundation, one tool at a time. I'm talking black business, 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 black business. One turn into two turn into three turn into four. Now we call that community. I shot with him, he shot with her, I shot with them, they shot with me, and we never close and shop. That's how we build a legacy. Now one turn into two turn into three turn into four. Questions. Can I ask what we hate each other for? See, I'm just asking. You got that passion to see your sister go. I wanna see that woman stand, you leave her on the floor. Let's try to gain some understanding before you go to war. Your spirit pour deja vu, I've seen this before. Time after time played in my mind, I can't take no more. I did the crime, I did the time, I only bruised my soul. I had to grind, I had to climb, I had to choose my role. Have you been told that I love you lately? Been around those who don't bug you lately. Go around those who don't drive you crazy. You need a hug, my sister. But the hell with that mean mug, my sister. Come on, receive it, don't you shove, don't push me. It might not be about your nookie. And again, it might be about your cooking. Give you some ends, trying to supply some cushion. Discipline without no whooping. Known to show and prove without no woofing. Open your eyes to what you overlooking. Baby, don't that feel nice? Yeah, tell me, show that, don't that feel right? Ever felt what true love feel like? This ain't no pill high. When no shit they growing, no feel high. Keep you grounded, but yet you still fly. See, now I realize you epitomize everything a woman should be. And I pray to God that he working on my third eye, so I see that this world ain't all about you. It ain't all about me, but if you really giving out LOVE, so can I ask what we hate each other for? See, I'm just asking, you got that passion to see your brother go. I wanna see that man stand, you leave him on the floor. Let's try to gain some understanding before we go to war. Your spirit pour deja vu, I've seen this before. Young men are dying, young women dying, I can't take no more. You do the crime, you do the time, you only bruise your soul. You gotta grind, you gotta climb, you gotta choose your road. Have you been told that I love you lately? Go around those who don't bug you lately. Been around those who don't drive you crazy. You need a hug, my brother. But the hell with all that hate, my brother. I know you dealt with dudes that's fake, my brother. Understand I can relate, my brother. Only so much you can take, my brother. But I'm trying to say, don't let that hate become you. Don't never break, my brother. Let me carry some of that weight, my brother. Better cleanse your soul for it's too late, my brother. See, now I realize you epitomize everything a brother should be. And I understand that that melanin inside you connect you to me. And that sun is where we gon' meet. Like God is how we gon' speak. With the same power to build and destroy, but yet unique. See, you get weak and I get weak, and we stay strong together. We keep each other inside that light, cause the darkness harms whoever. And you only create a diamond, keep applying that pressure. My crew knew better, go faster by yourself, but we go farther when we go together. I ask what we hate each other for. See, I'm just asking, we got that passion to see each other go. I wanna see that person stand, you leave him on the floor. Let's try to gain some understanding before you go to war. Your spirit pour deja vu, I've seen this before. Young men are dying, young women dying, I can't take no more. I did the crime, I did the time, I only bruised my soul. I had to grind, I had to climb, I had to choose my road. Have you been told that I love you lately? And I love you lately. Have somebody, I love you lately. Say, I love you lately. Have somebody told you. Yeah. See how that came out. Questions. Can I ask what we hate each other for? See, I'm just asking, you got that passion to see your sister go. I wanna see that woman stand, you leave her on the floor. Let's try to gain some understanding before you go to war.
OWL, only world logic. OLEEE, only logical explanation of existence. Know the ledge.
Philosophy.
I mess around and catch a case with this one. Make 'em wanna party in outer space with this one. We slap these haters in their face with this one. Wait, I missed one. 2 times we on time. Every line of treasure you only find in my mind. And you know I work in the mines. I don't charge a dime for you to smart mind saluted, the weak minds fear it. Like Aristotle, I question coherence through the eyes of a thinker, truth become appearance. Only answers come from the questions you form with time and nature. Every question transformed. It's the mecca for the minds that was built to explore. Bird droppings on the way, now the game getting stormed. Yeah. OWL on the wall, OLE in position. Test every claim, then I check the condition. If it don't hold coherence, it don't earn recognition. That's why debate opponents keep socially distancing. See, they don't really want pressure. They just want applause. Till somebody asks questions, then the room get paused. I built this from the ground, y'all just copying sauce. Different type of animal, different type of boss. Yeah. Can it be understood? Can it move without contradiction? Can the mind update when it finally see the friction? Yeah. I mess around and catch a case with this one. Make 'em wanna party in outer space with this one. We stop these haters in their face with this one. Wait, I missed one. 2 times we on time. Every line of treasure you only find in my mind. And you know I work in the mines. I don't charge a dime for you to stay out of mind. Yeah, the wool removed, it's wolves I see. No fur, no scales, it's feathers on me. I'm more Fati, more, I'm more. Was Christian once, but I'm trapped no more. It's like trying to fly with an injured wing. That's exactly why the jailbird sing. I flew to the top, left proof on things. Bird crumbs ain't enough when your appetite king. Mental worth, I done filled up the bank. You offer incoherence, so thanks. No thanks, no thanks. Keep your mental cranks, I can form thoughts well. Still waiting, no answers for Yahweh and El. And Satan too, if we telling the story. Why blame the devil for a human choosing poorly? I move with my mind, I don't feel what's unseen. No ghost in the dark, get that hijack me. No copy, no paste, you can't get my style. Heart on my sleeve, still walk with a smile. Yeah. Judge me by my past, take a look at me now. I ain't doing this for me, trying to make my mama proud. Quantum only isn't true, yeah, we bringing it out. While y'all watching me, better watch the crowd. I'm from Oklahoma, no pie, turn a cracker to a feast. And I also know the ratchet turn an actor to a priest. Cold, hard world, but it's colder in the streets. Money on my mind, barely ever get to sleep. Yeah, dreams right there, still feel out of reach. Lights up ahead, I just want a little piece. Still student of the game, don't qualify, teach. Learn lessons every day, so I evolve every week. Best philosopher for sense, never mind, let's chill. I just know the difference between truth and skill. Between fake deep talk and the mind that build. Between people that repeat and the ones that reveal. I mess around and catch a case with this one. Make 'em wanna party in outer space with this one. We slap these haters in their face with this one. Wait, I missed one. 2 times we on time. Every line of treasure you only find in my mind. And you know I work in the mines. I don't charge a dime for you to stay out of mind. Philosophy. O-W-L. O-L-E-E-E. Know the ledge. Philosophy. So I've been getting to it, it don't stop. We stay ready to go. I'ma take my titans with me wherever I go. Don't forget about me, don't forget about me. I know. Y'all playing games, this ain't an arcade. Late night debates hit like a buffet. Yeah, feelings Zoe on me, wanna talk, yeah. And talking too fast gon' get you sparked, yeah. My team sourced up as long as you know. My hitters hit your hitters if they pseudo. They ask how everyone know what my name is. Cause I stay hunted on the same shit. Yeah, history and logic going so hard. I built this from the bottom, made my own start. Yeah, wake the neighbors up, we be going so hard. I love this game, I gave it my whole heart. Yeah, V12 in it, it got horses. My phone ring, they want sources. Unload the clip on, turn them to corpses. Heard I'm trying to copy my recipe, that is hopeless. Yeah, hood luck, think that hating gon' work, tell them good luck. Titan gang or don't bang, throw your hood up. Gang, we got the knowledge on tap, could get you hooked up. They like A1, look at all this wisdom we done cooked up for the community. Coliseum of arguments. Me know, I know I'ma take my Titans with me where I go. So don't forget about me, don't forget about me. Y'all playing games, this ain't an arcade. Late night debates, hit like a bar face. So don't forget about me, don't forget about me. I know debate or die, we flexing for sure. I'ma take my Titans with me where I go. Don't forget about me, don't forget about me. I know. Y'all playing games, this ain't an arcade. Late night debates, hit like a bar face. So don't forget about me. I know. So I've been getting to it, it don't stop. We stay ready to go. I'ma take my Titans with me wherever I go. Don't forget about me, don't forget about me. I know. Y'all playing games, this ain't an arcade. Late night debates hit like a buffet. Yeah, feelings who we on me, wanna talk, yeah. And talking too fast gon' get you sparked, yeah. My team sourced up as long as you know. My hitters hit your hitters if they pseudo. They ask how everyone know what my name is. Cause I stay hunted on the same shit. Yeah, history and logic going so hard. I built this from the bottom, made my own start. Yeah, wake the neighbors up, we be going so hard.
Yeah. All this knowledge on the flow. I've been goaded from the go. Let these pseudo scholars know. Baby, welcome to the show. Yeah, show you how to flex with a strong point. Wait. Show you where the facts and the stats and the proofs point. I've been grinding these in the late night. Wait, standing on the stage with the main light, enlightening. Philosophers, scientists, historians united. Warriors of logic who want the smoke, get excited. Bring your primary sources, don't get ignited. Slide on my prompts, look it up, read a book. Never going back to the dumb, take a look. Woke, not broke, we run the show, sport the glow. Titans in the league, watch the intellect grow. Coliseum arguments locked at the door. Welcome to the show, floor full of lore. I'm the GOAT, with the flow, there's knowledge on the flow. I've been goaded from the go. Let these pseudo scholars flow. Baby, welcome to the show. Seems only time when I'm speaking, reason, peeking. Like the truth that they all have been seeking, my logic weaken. To them that's important, show up, don't be late to the debate. Never see myself falling. Picture me falling off back to ignorant and stalling. Got the citations loaded in order, crossing every intellectual border. Hey, I could've never seen a day. All this knowledge on the flow. I've been goaded from the go. Let these pseudo scholars know. Baby, welcome to the show. knowledge on the flow, 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 flow. I've been golden from the go, 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 go. Let these pseudo scholars know, no, 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 oh. Baby, welcome to the show, 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 show. Yeah, show you how to flex with a strong point. Wait, wait, show you where the facts and the stats and the proofs point. I've been grinding leases in the late night. Wait, standing on the stage with the main light, enlightened, mind enlightened. Philosophers, scientists, historians united. Warriors of logic who want the smoke, get excited. Bring your primary sources, don't get ignited. Slide on my prompts, look it up, read a book. Never going back to the dumb, take a look. Woke, not broke, we run the show, sport the glow. Titans in the league, watch the intellect grow. Coliseum arguments locked at the door. Welcome to the show, floor full of lore. I'm the GOAT, with the flow, there's knowledge on the flow, 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 flow. I've been goated from the go, 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 go. Let these pseudo scholars flow, 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 flow. Baby, welcome to the show, 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 show. Seems only time when I'm speaking, reason, reason, reason.
The pressure inside of my spirit, they thought I would bend, I just held in my lane. They said the things I believe with delusion, I waited on truth, now they talk like I'm sane. Told you that I was the one, the one, the one who would not move the same. Silent, never undone, undone, undone. Slow burn while I rise with a flame. Put up with love in the cut, heart in the front, what's up, I had to sign off on my ego, looking up that scene, I'm on my day ones, on a new wave, pouring more faith in my cup. Treating my peace like a ghost, safe, locked up, can't touch, yeah. I know they play with me, speak on my name to see if I'll break it. I let them talk in the breeze, they be posting up lies, but my soul never stays with it. Damn, max a paper thing, yeah. Treat your smile like your money, don't let nobody steal it. They can throw their words at you, but they can't break your spirit. Truth don't shake and my soul won't trade it. Peace of mind is the crown I wear. Treat your smile like your money, don't let nobody steal it. They can throw their doubts at you, but they can't come near it. Heart stay safe when your mind's awake, and I keep my peace cause nobody can fake it. It's up again, my music on again. Choose up again, my spirit's up again. Is it the noise? Been learning the highways. It's quiet thinking when I'm in the right lane. Ignore the bright lights in the driveways. Walk through the door, let the small talk fly away. Ooh, feel your pain, I feel your pain. It's a house of change, welcome to the house of change. We break the chains, look at the lines that they draw, the stories they sell that don't ever add up. Say they want love, then they move out of fear, contradiction in the way that they love. I had to sit with the mirror, that's why I react when I know it's all dust. Logic over all my triggers, breath in my chest, every doubt I adjust. Philosophy in my veins, governments in my veins, I don't rush. Master my ways when the pressure get heavy, I'm rooted, I trust. Truth don't shake and my soul won't trade it. Peace of mind is the crown I wear. It's up again, my peace is up again.
Who you talking to? Who said what? Who told who? Who built the frame that you looking through? Who you talking to? Talking timeless while you speaking in sequence too. If it ain't coherent, it collapse on cue. Who you talking to? Who said that? Who told you existence started? Run that back. Every worldview crack where the pressure at. Who you talking to? Who you talking to? talking to? Who said what? Who taught who? Who built the frame that you're looking through? Who you talking to? Talking timeless while you speaking in sequence too. If it ain't coherent, it collapse on cue. Who you talking to? Who said that? Who told you existence started? Run that back. Every worldview crack where the pressure at. Yeah. Who you talking to? Every line of treasure you only find in the mind, my mind. And you know I work in the mines. I don't charge a dime for you to stay out of mine. 2 times, we on time. Every line got another line, hiding behind the line. You hearing bars, I'm hearing structure and design. You hear a punchline, I hear ontology, a line. Who said reality started? Talking outside existence while existing to argue. Smuggling sequence in your sentence unconsciously. And call it timeless when I ask what the process be. Who you talking about? Half these worldviews fall when you walk them out. Everybody got answers till you chalk it out. Incoherence disappear when you map it out. I studied Heraclitus flowing rivers in motion. Parmenid's frozen, I can see both in the ocean. Can't build a frame, but the frame still folded. Trying to define the world while the mind still holding it. Aristotle looking for causes and categories. Nietzsche killed guys, but couldn't kill reality. Heidegger staring into being and anxiety. I'm just asking what makes existence intelligibly. Woo! Who you talking to? Talking time, that's why you speaking in sequence too. If it ain't coherent, it collapse on cue. Who you talking to? Who said what? Who built the worldview that you standing on? Everybody sounding deep to the ladder gone. And they looking real nervous when the pattern drawn. I slept these haters in they face with this one. Wait, I missed one. 2 times, we on time. Every line that jump, they only find.
So I've been getting to it, it don't stop. We stay ready to go. I'ma take my titans with me wherever I go. Don't forget about me, don't forget about me. I know y'all playing games, this ain't an arcade. Late night debates hit like a buffet. Yeah, feelings who we on me, who wanna talk, yeah. Been talking too fast, gon' get you sparked, yeah. My team sourced up as long as you know. My hitters hit your hitters if they pseudo. They ask how everyone know what my name is. Cause I stay 100 on the same shit. Yeah, history and logic going so hard. I built this from the bottom, made my own start. Yeah, wake the neighbors up, we be going so hard. I love this game, I gave it my whole heart. Yeah, V12 in it, it got horses. My phone ring, they want sources. Unload the clip on, turn them to corpses. Heard I'm trying to copy my recipe, that is hopeless. Yeah, hood luck, think that hating gon' work, tell them good luck. Titan gang or don't bang, throw your hood up. Gang, we got the knowledge on tap, could get you hooked up. They like A1, look at all this wisdom we done cooked up for the community. Coliseum of arguments. You know, I know I'ma take my titans with me where I go. So don't forget about me, don't forget about me. Y'all playing games, this ain't an arcade. Late night debates hit like a bar face. So don't forget about me, don't forget about me. I know debate or die, we flexing for sure. I'ma take my titans with me where I go. Don't forget about me, don't forget about me. I know y'all playing games, this ain't an arcade. Late night debates hit like a bar face. So don't forget about me, girl. I know. Oh, I know. into it, it don't stop. We stay ready to go. I'ma take my Titans with me wherever I go. Don't forget about me, don't forget about me. I know y'all playing games, this ain't an arcade. Late night debates hit like a buffet. Yeah, feelings who we on me, who wanna talk, yeah. And talking too fast gon' get you sparked, yeah. My team sourced up as long as you know. My hitters hit your hitters if they pseudo. They ask how everyone know what my name is, cause I stay hunted on the same shit. Yeah, history and logic going so hard. I built this from the bottom, made my own start. Yeah, wake the neighbors up, we be going so hard. I love this game, I gave it my whole heart. Yeah, V12 in it, it got horses. My phone ring, they want sources. Unload the clip on, turn them to corpses. Heard I'm tryna copy my recipe, that is hopeless. Yeah, hood luck, think that hating gon' work, tell them good luck. Titan gang or don't bang, throw your hood up. Gang, we got the knowledge on tap, could get you hooked up. They like A1, look at all this wisdom we done cooked up for the community. Coliseum of arguments. You know, I know I'ma take my Titans with me where I go. So don't forget about me, don't forget about me. Y'all playing games, this ain't an arcade. Late night debates hit like a bar face. So don't forget about me, don't forget about me. I know. Debate or die, we flexing for sure. I'ma take my Titans with me where I go. Don't forget about me. This ain't an arcade, late night debates hit like a bar face. So don't forget about me, girl. I know. So I've been getting to it, it don't stop. We stay ready to go. I'ma take my Titans with me wherever I go. Don't forget about me, don't forget about me. I know. Y'all playing games, this ain't an arcade. Late night debates hit like a buffet. Yeah, feelings who we on me, who wanna talk, yeah. And talking too fast gon' get you sparked, yeah. My team sourced up as long as you know. My hitters hit your hitters if they pseudo. They ask how everyone know what my name is, cause I stay hunted on the same shit. Yeah, history and logic going so hard. I built this from the bottom, made my own start. Yeah, wake the neighbors up, we be going so hard. I love this game, I gave it my whole heart. Yeah, V12 in it, it got horses. My phone ring, they want sources. Unload the clip on, turn them to corpses. Heard I'm tryna copy my
I just opened up my eyes, cause I heard the cries, filtered through the lies. Listen close, I don't believe in ghosts, even though I tried. I recognize the patterns when they form inside the mind. Ignorance ain't the crime, it's refusing truth when truth arrives. We got the topic, give the line, debate you anytime. That's fine. You done crossed the line. Drop the claim without a spine. Bring your thoughts, I find the incoherence. Book you every time. Recognize I can see the fallacy before the sentence finished. You confuse a strong opinion with a reason proposition. You keep reaching for conclusions, but your premises are missing. Then you hide behind your feelings when the logic need a mission. I don't argue with a person, I examine what was stated. Define the terms, expose assumptions, then determine what was weighted. Is it valid? Is it grounded? Can the structure be defended? Or you built a house of cards and got offended when it ended? I don't need to raise my voice, I let the contradiction speak. Every claim has got a burden, every burden got a receipt. You can decorate confusion, you can dress it up in pride, but a polished contradiction is a contradiction every time. I just opened up my eyes, cause I heard the cry, filter through the lies, listen close. I don't believe in ghosts, even though I tried. I recognize the patterns when they form inside the mind. Ignorance ain't the crime, it's refusing truth when truth arrives. We got the topic, give the line, debate you anytime. That's fine. You done crossed the line. Drop the claim without a spine. Bring your thoughts, I find the incoherence. Book you every time. I recognize the dodge when the question make you nervous. Changing subjects every minute doesn't make the answer surface. That's a straw man, that's a false choice. That's an argument from fear. That's a claim that keeps on shrinking every time the fact is near. You can quote 100 scholars, still authority ain't proof. Tell me why the argument is sound. Take me underneath the roof. Show the beam, show the frame, show the function of the claim. If the meaning keeps on changing, then the word is just a game. Recognition over belief, coherence over applause. I don't need a crowd behind me when the reasoning is flaws. Time reveals what can I stand, nature limits what can be. If your worldview breaks beneath this weight, don't put the blame on me. I just opened up my eyes, cause I heard the cries, filter through the lies, listen close. I don't believe in ghosts, even though I tried. I recognize the patterns when they form inside the mind. Ignorance ain't the crime, it's refusing truth when truth arrives. We got the topic, give the line, debate you anytime. That's fine. You done crossed the line. Drop the claim without a spine. Bring your thoughts, I find the incoherence. Book you every time. They want mystery to rescue every gap they never filled. Then call questions disrespectful when their explanation gets grilled. But a question is a mirror, it reflects what you provide. If the answer disappears, there was nowhere left to hide. I recognize the pattern, first they claim and then retreat. First they speak in absolutes, then change the meaning when we meet. First they tell me it is certain, then they say it could be true. Then they say nobody knows, there's 3 positions, pick a view. I'm not chasing every bird just because it learned to chirp. Some ideas take a flight, some ideas hit the dirt. This is bird dropping, every record leaves a sign. I recognize the incoherence. Book you every time. I just opened up my eyes, cause I heard the cries, filtered through the lies, listen close. I don't believe in ghosts, even though I tried. I recognize the patterns when they form inside the mind. Ignorance ain't the crime, it's refusing truth when truth arrives. We got the topic, give the line, debate you anytime. That's fine. You done crossed the line. Drop the plane without a spine. Bring your thoughts, I find the incoherence. Book you every time. Recognize them. Recognize them. I just opened up my eyes, cause I heard the cries, filtered through the lies, listen close. I don't believe in ghosts, even though I tried. I recognize the patterns when they form inside the mind. Ignorance ain't the crime, it's refusing truth when truth arrives. We got the topic, give the line, debate you anytime. That's fine. You done crossed the line. Drop the claim without a spine. Bring your thoughts, I find the incoherence. Book you every time. Recognize I can see the fallacy before the sentence finished. You confuse a strong opinion with a reason proposition. You keep reaching for conclusions, but your premises are missing. Then you hide behind your feelings when the logic need a mission. I don't argue with a person, I examine what was stated. Define the terms, expose assumptions, then different type of different type of yeah, different type of animal, now everybody better listen up. For my people in the struggle who never gave a what. Even when life try to press you down, turn your frown to a smile. I make styles just to lift you up. I'm a different type of animal.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Coliseum of Arguments is back, hosted by Titans Debate League, where ideas collide, minds clash, and only the strongest argument survives. Sunday, August 28th, step into the arena for a battle of philosophy, history, religion, and reason. Bomb Squad Ashe versus Suave Boss. The question, is the black woman God? Why or why not? Suave Boss is taking the affirmative. Two debaters, two positions, one explosive question. This isn't a conversation. This is intellectual warfare. No punches, no weapons, just facts, logic, history, philosophy, and argument. And now, the entire tournament is members only. Want full access to all the debates? Become a channel member for only $3.99. That's right, $3.99 gets you full access to the whole tournament. Sign up now. Don't wait. Don't miss the battles. Don't miss the arguments. Don't miss the moments that everyone will be talking about. Bomb Squad Ashe versus Suave Boss. Sunday, August 28th. Coliseum of Arguments, where ideas enter the arena and only the strongest argument survives. Are you not entertained? Ladies and gentlemen, the arena is open. This is not a classroom. This is not a lecture. This is not a friendly conversation. This is intellectual warfare. 16 minds enter the arena. 16 debaters step into the battlefield. But when the smoke clears, only one will stand as champion. Welcome to Clash of the Titans 1.1, presented by Coliseum of Arguments, hosted by Titans Debate League. And this time, there's $1,000 on the line. 16 competitors, one tournament, one champion. Every argument is a weapon. Every rebuttal is a counterattack. Every cross-examination is a chance to put your opponent on the mat. No hiding behind the ropes. No running from the bell. No easy victories. You enter the arena, and you better be ready for war. This is where knowledge meets strategy, where confidence meets competition, where debaters don't just argue, they fight for the right to be called the best. Who has the facts? Who has the logic? Who can think under pressure? Who can break an opponent's argument and build their own case into a championship masterpiece? 16 enter, arguments collide, titans fall, and one will claim the throne. $1,000, one champion, one Coliseum. Clash of the Titans 1.1. This is Titans Debate League. Only the brave speak here. Are you not entertained?
So I've been getting to it, it don't stop. We stay ready to go. I'ma take my Titans with me wherever I go. Don't forget about me, don't forget about me. I know y'all playing games, this ain't an arcade. Late night debates hit like a buffet. Yeah, feelings who we on me, who wanna talk, yeah. And Talking too fast gon' get you sparked, My team sourced up as long as you know. My hitters hit your hitters if they pseudo. They ask how everyone know what my name is, cause I stay hunted on the same shit. Yeah, history and logic going so hard. I built this from the bottom, made my own start. Yeah, wake the neighbors up, we be going so hard. I love this game, I gave it my whole heart. Yeah, V12 in it, it got horses. My phone ring, they want sources. Unload the clip on, turn them to corpses. Heard I'm tryna copy my recipe, that is hopeless. Yeah, hood luck, think that hating gon' work, tell them good luck. Titan gang or don't bang, throw your hood up. Gang, we got the knowledge on tap, could get you hooked up. They like A1, look at all this wisdom we done cooked up for the community. Coliseum of arguments. You know, I know I'ma take my Titans with me where I go. So don't forget about me, don't forget about me. Y'all playing games, this ain't an arcade. Late night debates, hit like a bar face. So don't forget about me, don't forget about me. I know debate or die, we flexing for sure. I'ma take my Titans with me where I go. Don't forget about me, don't forget about me. I know y'all playing games, this ain't an arcade. Late night debates, hit like a bar face. So don't forget about me, girl. I know. So I've been getting to it, it don't stop. We stay ready to go. I'ma take my Titans with me wherever I go. Don't forget about me, don't forget about me.
Yeah. All this knowledge on the flow. I've been golden from the go. Let these pseudo scholars know. Baby, welcome to the show. Yeah, show you how to flex with a strong point. Wait. Show you where the facts and the stats and the proofs point. I've been grinding these in the late night. Wait, standing on the stage with the main light, enlightening. Philosophers, scientists, historians united. Warriors of logic who want the smoke, get excited. Bring your primary sources, don't get